I would say almost on time, but no,
I know
no.
it. I know it. That's why you posted it that way. Like, yeah, on time. Right.
But
What the fuck? Oh, that's an
let's
ad for the Apple Watch.
let's get the stream going. Although I don't even know if it's working because at some point I was gonna hit go live and just play automation on the Streamyard to the Twitch. That way, because a lot of people will go live on Twitch before they go live,
Yeah,
uh, and so I
kind
brought
of
up
pre-show warm-up, as it were.
right, or basically they're showing like just a slide with some music, like hey, we're going live soon, just to give people a chance to tune in. But the thing is that I brought up automation, and automation says it's playing Traffic Court versus Forge, which is clip from an episode of the last production, which hasn't been lived in what a decade, and but well, our
Well, where are
automation
they
is.
getting? You mean that? But Twitch has that?
No, no, the No Holds Barred Radio Network. We do
Oh,
radio.
oh, 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 oh,
We're
oh. Oh.
we're primarily a No
How
Holds
does?
Barred radio show
But
that just
but who
happens
does?
to
Who? How does Twitch know about that?
well
Is that in a
because
profile?
no, well I was gonna just play the audio and go
Oh, you
live
were gonna play it.
and
Okay.
blank the screen, but I'm getting no audio from the automation, and I'm
Oh well,
encoding.
that's not helpful.
No, and I've started the encoders, and
Hey, maybe
sometimes
they've switched to Windows 11.
that very well could be.
Yay!
But automation is still playing silence. I would tell Rico, but as I reviewed yesterday on the Dune and Johnny show, Rico and I get along best when neither of us is speaking to the other one.
That's
You
right.
know, I mean, we're getting along fine right now, but in the history of our friendship, the problems always start when one of us starts communicating with the other, and then it just kind of goes
Right.
downhill from there. So I got my corner. Rico has his
Each of you are
network
saying, "How
closet.
did that guy get it wrong?"
Well, Rico can't deal with the Jersey guy in me, because I'm and
Wait a minute,
sometimes.
isn't he from Jersey?
No, Damon's from Jersey. Rico is, I don't know where he's from, but I believe he's in Minnesota, and he might be from there, or he might not.
Oh, well, that
I
explains it.
I don't know
You know,
his
these
history.
Midwesterners, really, if he is a Midwesterner, they don't get along with the Easterners.
Yeah,
Period.
well, and that was probably where most of my friction with Nick came from. He didn't get me. But we got along.
I think that there's probably a lot of truth to that.
There's definitely a lot of truth to that.
Hey,
He
after all, being from the East Coast means, by definition, that you're an asshole, as I
yeah,
am,
as you are, as we are. We're
which
both
is
these.
why
Oh,
I get along with you.
yeah, you're just one of those hoity-toity Connecticut assholes. But that's
Hey, actually, I've been talking on Facebook with an old high school classmate,
yeah,
and I mentioned the show, and he has tried. The guy's name is Howard.
Howard.
At some
Okay.
point, I'm going to see if he's going to join us
Oh, cool.
because I think
And
he posts a lot of stuff on Facebook, and a bunch of it actually comes from Twitter. So he'll take a Twitter feed item and post it on Facebook. So he's the connector.
there we go. So
And the other thing I like, sometimes people will just post an article and say nothing about it. What the fuck is this about? I can read the headline like you can.
right.
Oh, that's right. The Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, and a bunch of other articles said, you've had enough of your free ones.
You know what?
What this guy
Yeah.
does, let me finish, is he posts a bulk of the article on the Facebook post, so you don't have to use the clickbait.
Because that pisses me off, especially when you know what I would like to propose something to Google. course, Google won't do it because they dropped the whole not being evil thing, and they've changed. Google may as well change their logo to "We're evil, get over it." That should be Google's new slogan. We're evil, get over it.
Well, I think
I mean,
I think it's funny is their official name is Alphabet. And then you see news story about what Alphabet is doing, and you say, do you think somebody's fooled by this?
But anyways, I think that the point of searching the internet is finding things.
I thought today was Microsoft's day to get crap from you.
Well, I got crap to give out. I have plenty of crap, and we have 2 hours to distribute said crap. But my issue is that I'm using a search engine to search the free internet, and so when it comes up with
DuckDuckGo.
So when I Google something and it says here's a news story, and I click the link and the article comes up, and then a paywall comes up, I think Google should delist it from the search engine. I think it's like, if you're not going to let people read the page, then we're not going to show it on the search results. I think, that's the way it should be. Of course, now, Google is in the business of making money and being in bed with these people.
Can you report ads? I think you can. I mean,
I can report ad, but this isn't an ad. This is a paywall. Right, it's the thing where it's like, we want you to subscribe.
I understand, but can you hit a report button on that search?
Well, no one gives a shit about that. Google ain't stuff. I'm saying Google should delist news articles that are behind paywalls.
If there is a report button,
if I can't get to it,
not clicking the report button, then it's on you.
That's not how. I don't know of a report button to report search results. That's and if there is, I don't think that's what it's meant for, and I don't think it'll do anything.
Hello, Google.
I mean, to me, it's like I'm searching for something, and it says here's a result, and it's not something I can get to. It shouldn't be in the search results if I can't get to it. Paywall should delist you from Google searches. Plain and simple. If it's behind a paywall, the search engine should ignore it. But
it doesn't know that you have an account there.
Well, that doesn't matter. If someone has
payroll,
if someone has an account there, they'll log in and they'll read it. If someone doesn't have an account there, then they're not going there, and they want to search for places that, because the thing is, keep in mind, a lot of these like news stories are reported on multiple sites, and it's pretty much all the same shit. So all they're doing is delaying me from getting to the free article to read the thing I'm searching for. It's kind of like, but then again, clutter on the internet really grinds my gears. I hate it when you search for a tech problem and you have to weed through all of the forum threads that have people that had the same problem that no one ever figured out how to fix it, or they said, hey, I fixed it, thanks, bye, without saying how they fixed it. And it's like, that's on the internet forever for everyone else that gets an error to find, read, and get nowhere, and then have to go and keep looking. And speaking of having to keep looking for things, we got Mars who's looking to get a word in.
Get this, to finish this up. So I did go into Google. I bet you there's a news story on Colin Powell.
Okay. Yeah, there's some news there.
So there is a little button next to the search item, and it says About Results Beta. This is a beta test on Google searches?
I don't know.
And then it talks about a...
Brian?
Yeah.
Brian?
Yes.
Google has never come out of beta. It's okay. No, I'm serious.
See, this is really what I'm learning.
Serious. Yeah.
Mark this statement for the end of the show. Thanks, Mars. Okay, so to
it tells you about the result, but it doesn't give you a place to report.
There isn't an option for report. Now, if you see that link that says, oh crap, Do I see one that says ad? Now I'll have to search for some object.
Well, anyways, but no, the point
fishing
is that
rods.
the point is that this is a reality of an annoyance that we've all experienced, where we search for something, we find a news article that's listed in the search result, we click on it, it's behind a paywall. I mean, this is
New York Times.
We've all experienced this, and that's why I'm saying Google should delist those search results. If it's behind a paywall, it shouldn't get.
Wirecutter's doing the same thing.
What's that?
Do you see that Wirecutter's doing the same thing? They're putting stuff behind a paywall.
Yeah, well, they should get delisted, plain and simple.
That's a shame. I love Wirecutter. Oh my god, I love the Wirecutter.
What is
They're great.
Wirecutter?
They're what?
Again, what is Wirecutter?
Wirecutter's a review site that reviews stuff.
Oh,
But they review
I've never
everything
heard of
from
there's another thing. I'm
bouncy
gonna have
balls
to start
up to
taking
baby
notes.
cards up to like
So, yeah,
everything.
I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to start taking notes. There's another thing that I learned.
Good.
okay.
Holy
Yeah.
crap!
So-
Okay,
so-
I did not see a report button, even though an item said ad.
That's too bad. Anyways, we got.
But one thing that we could say, please, Alphabet, add a report button
What?
for
You know,
certain
Alphabet's
items
a
that we
different
don't like.
subsidiary than Google, right?
I'm sure Google will
It
get
is
right on
Google.
that.
No, it's the new name for it.
No,
If you
there's
search,
Google and there's Alphabet. There's two different things, Brian.
Yeah, but the company.
Yeah, but the rabbit.
is
That's what my mom
Alphabet.
used to say.
You
Yeah,
go to
what?
You go to Wall Street,
Mhm.
and they talk about Alphabet.
Yeah.
If you're buying stocks, you're buying.
Ooh,
Alphabet.
what are you playing? Is it live?
Yeah, I just got this Blu-ray today, so I figured we'd open up with a slightly different theme song this week.
In the suburban homeboy with the suburban hoe right by my side.
What the hell is that?
In the
is that?
suburban homeboy and I say,
Is
yo,
that?
don't
You don't recognize that?
No, I know the song, but who's singing it?
Sparks.
Is that Sparks?
That's Sparks.
I'll pop a cap of some food at the
Sounds
garbage. I'm a suburban
Well, he is.
homeboy.
So you're tuned in once again to another fun-filled edition of,
Insert title here.
and we're going back in time with the Suburban Homeboys theme. Yes. The Sparks Brothers Blu-ray came out, and it comes with a bonus disc, and I am ripping the bonus disc to my backup drive. And
good.
I'm going through the files that I've ripped, and one of them is this like hour-and-a-half long live concert. And it's just one of the bonus things on the bonus Blu-ray. And I'm like, oh my god, live version of Suburban Homeboys. How perfect. We'll open with that.
Nice.
And the best part is that Ron Mail, he plays a Roland keyboard, but he had the Roland name on the keyboard replaced with the word Ronald.
Oh, boo.
He only had to switch 2 letters. Instead of Roland, it's Ronald.
Well, that's like those people with the trucks that have Toyota, but they either knock everything out. It's either toy or yo. See, yo.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
yo.
Oh yeah. So you know, in the old Top Gear series, they made cars into boats.
Oh,
And
those are
Jeremy
great.
had
And they went down
a
the channel.
Toyota pickup truck,
Those-
and it was the toy Boda.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
And then in the
a
second
thing.
episode, when they redid it, he had a Nissan, and he changed it to Nissan.
Yeah.
Clever.
Yeah.
Which was the one they always got creamed by a boat? The big ass boat. Do you remember that? Was that the first one or the second one, Brian?
that was the second. The second.
That was the second one. Yeah, they freaking got creamed by almost got creamed by a giant boat, and said and the channel guard people in the water the police basically told them to get back on the land.
Yeah,
It
get
was
the hell
awesome.
out.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
And it was cool seeing the fans of the show out on the pier.
Wow, he's old.
Who's old?
This
Jeremy?
Fox guy.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, they've been doing this a long time.
Wait a minute, you've got an image?
No, you hear him. You
Oh,
hear
you-
their voice. You hear their voice.
Well, here we could
You
we
play
could
the
show.
original, and you'll hear the complete difference in the voice.
Yeah, no, his voice is aged,
Yeah,
but he
he's
can still
old.
do it. So
Got an old school mentality, Oxford
So there's Ron. Here's Russ.
Sound more British.
Well, they're Americans, but they spend lots of time in England.
Okay, so I've got another observation for this week's show. Another thing I learned.
Yeah.
Oh,
You actually knocked off these guys to name your Suburban Homeboy show.
well, yeah, that's part of the show, Brian.
You're just learning that?
I mean, look at Amateur Hour.
Yep.
Well, I mean, the Amateur Hour was named after a song by these guys.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a
Okay.
funny little
Wait a
joke.
minute, I learned that too. Holy crap, I'm full of learning today.
He's learning so much.
You've never
today.
heard the song Amateur Hour by Sparks.
Oh dear.
Uh,
Gators.
no.
I'd rather you play Bullet. How come we never named the show Bullet Train?
That's another good one. Maybe that's
Yeah, but
maybe.
you're not
Ma-
in California anymore, so,
What does that have to do with anything?
because they're trying to build one and they're going way overruns in
No,
budget
just
because
a little
it's a
baby
fucking
one,
waste-
not a full one.
It's a
Just
waste
a
of
baby
money.
bullet.
Well,
Yeah.
no, a bullet train would not be a waste of money if we built enough of them and had enough infrastructure
Well,
for it
this
to.
one in California is absurd. The first.
Well, you got to start somewhere.
They're going from fucking nowhere to fucking nowhere.
Wow,
Well,
Brian.
weren't they? Wasn't it supposed to go from L.A. to San Fran originally?
Ultimately,
I mean, that's
but
right.
they've two ways to cut the budget. One is reduce the size of the project, which is what they first did, and then I bet you it'll end up going from Modesto to Fresno.
What's wrong with
You know, as
Modesto
they
and
cut it-
Fresno? Well, there's something wrong with Fresno. But what's
But
wrong
who
with
the
Modesto?
fuck is going to go there?
I'll go to Modesto.
From how are you going to get there from nowhere?
I'll take an Amtrak.
Uh-huh.
It's the bullet train, bullet train, bullet train.
Wait a minute.
Come on, we got to build the bullet train. We're building the bullet train.
Wait,
We're
I'm
going to
supposed to be
start.
drinking? Wait,
We're
I
going to
got
start with
water.
Modesto.
I got my water
You're
gators. Are we
getting on my
checking it?
case.
What are we doing?
We don't do that anymore.
Yeah,
What?
and you're going to go.
But
into
I have
Windows
water. I can try
11.
the bottle.
And you're going into Windows 11. See how stupid you are?
Actually, I wasn't looking to do it. I was looking to figure out how to do it because someone else asked a question, and I'm a nice guy that was trying to come up with an
Just look up-
answer.
You know what I would say? How much money do you have for this project?
No.
You shouldn't be doing shit for free.
You know Microsoft publishes a free reg hack that actually lets you do it, right?
Oh,
A free what?
A reg hack. You sit there, you
No.
Windows 10, you install the reg hack, and then you can
No.
install Windows 11, and
No.
it's from Microsoft.
now Dune is asking what was it that triggered that song back in the day? Well, what we were doing was, Gothard worked his way up to this point in the Sparks discography, and he's like, "Oh my God, we got to find something to do with the Bullet Train song." And so I decided, well, every time the listener count crosses a multiple of 10, we'll play the Bullet Train song and do a chug. And then we found out that someone out there would just open up, 30 instances of Winamp to make the listener
They
count
did it
jump
wrong,
up.
Gators.
to
They
keep
shouldn't
getting
use
us chug.
Tor.
So that's and I was pissed about that because Damon was doing his whole oh woe is me, NHB sucks, no one listens, our
We're
numbers are in the
260
shit.
people, no one listened,
And
right?
I'm like, dude, I got 50 listens last night. We were doing the bullet train thing, people telling their friends, we're building up listener counts, we got 50 listeners, and then Rico comes in and goes, Gators, 40 of those came from the same IP address.
Damn it, Rico! Damn
You
it!
did not get
Damn
50
it,
listeners.
Rico. Dang.
Hey, it would have been more effective if you bought viewers from China.
Yeah. But anyways, here's what happened before you...
What gets me is that there are actually people that do that.
Now-
Yes.
Brian, before you diss me, let me just say, I am not upgrading to Windows 11 yet. I'm in
Well, I've
no
been
rush.
running Windows 11 for 8 months.
I am in no rush to upgrade to Windows 11, so
Woo.
let me tell my story.
Sorry.
Okay.
Now,
Okay, yeah.
and mind you, I built this computer very recently. I have very new, very powerful hardware. I have no. I mean, I got a Ryzen processor, a really new motherboard. It's got TPM 2.0. I have the
ready
specs
to
and the
go.
requirements. I am ready to go for Windows 11 if I wanted to.
Yeah.
And I might actually run the upgrade, just test it out, and then roll it back from my backup because I'm not ready to.
Oh, is this that backup that took 5 minutes or less than 5 minutes to go?
I had to recreate the job. For some reason, it wasn't backing up all the partitions on the drive. But, but
So you got like a boot partition.
yeah, I don't know what it was doing,
Plus
but
5 minutes.
but that's a tangent, and I'm telling a story. So,
Yeah, of course it's a tangent. That's what I do.
yeah, but I'd like to get this one told.
Yeah. Upgrading
So-
to Windows
so-
11
So, as you all know,
with a bullet train.
I frequently participate in conversation at the Quadraphonic Quad forums. Now, the Quadraphonic Quad forums,
Yeah, those are a bunch of experts on Windows.
exactly. A lot of them. There's lots of levels of tech savvy at Quadraphonic Quad. There are some people that know a bit. There are some people that know
Nothing.
nothing, and there's some people. There are some people that are still using Windows XP.
Hey,
and
I want to go back to DOS 2.0.
Yeah. And so a thread started where people are asking, like, what's the deal with this Windows 11 and do I need to upgrade? And so it's kind of like watching this forum thread unfold where there's a lot of the blind leading the blind happening. So I
Okay.
kind of want to help them out a little bit and throw a little bit of information. And so, it's like, well, look, 10 is under support until 2025. You have plenty of time and all this TPM stuff. I mean, don't worry about that right now. I mean, we've got, it's barely here. Not to mention there's ways to go around it if you really need to, but just I'm not upgrading right away. I'm in no rush. I'm a wait and see type of guy. I might play around with it a bit, but
Okay.
So
But
someone-
this was also a chance to bitch at Microsoft for having a lousy product.
Well, that was where I started with the thread, but the thread keeps going and people keep asking questions, and I'm not answering all of them, but every now and then when I see something that I can.
There are others. Well, I guess I didn't see all the threads.
This
thread.
is on the Quadraphonic Quad forums. I'm telling you
I was
about the
thinking-
thread.
Why didn't you put that thread as a link to Twitter so I could see that myself?
Because
That's right. You don't do that.
because why? Whatever. So this thread's been going on.
Twitter is about things that you're interested in.
I didn't think you'd want to read a bunch of quad non-tech types talking about Windows
hey.
11.
I could have,
So,
but you
so
didn't give me the opportunity.
I could Well, I'm telling you now.
Well, I don't see no link.
I'm trying to tell you about this link now. If you'd let me finish telling you about it.
And it's fun to make you yell at me.
So someone wrote in today, has anyone tried updating their motherboards to enable TPM to allow Win 11 to be installed? I have an MSI Z370
Whoa.
SLI Plus
Oh,
with
all
an
these
8th
acronyms.
gen.
Yeah.
I know. I was only kidding.
We'll start
I know
again.
I like those motherboards.
We'll start again.
And what's TPM? I don't even know what that is,
It's the thing that everyone's going
Everyone.
on.
except for me. Well, I'm sorry. What is it?
TPM is a security protocol type of thing. I don't know the details of it, but I do know that it's a setting it's a setting that often many motherboards come with, and there's a 1.0 and there's 2.0 versions of it, and you have to turn on TPM on your motherboard in order to enable
that's
BitLocker.
well,
If I could tell you what it is.
it's a BIOS setting. You want to do a monologue, and I'm trying to do a dialogue so we can talk about it.
Well,
and yell over it.
no, I'm.
By the way, my buddy Howard, my refreshed buddy Howard, likes the banter. That's what this is all about. Howard, if you're listening to it,
But
I'm hoping that this is what if you don't like
Well,
it.
if but I would like to at least get the like first pass of the story out before we talk about it, because like I'm trying to tell you this thing.
Well, I mean, part of the question is I want to understand what the fuck you're talking about, right? Oh, are we allowed to use F-bombs here? Oh, yeah, we are.
At its most basic, the TPM is a tiny chip on your computer's motherboard, sometimes separate from the main CPU and memory. The chip is akin to the keypad you use to disable your home security alarm every time you walk in the door, or the Authenticator app you use on your phone to log into your bank account.
Not at all related to the Bill Gates chip that we got when we got our vaccine.
In this scenario, turning on your computer is analogous to opening the front door of your home or entering your username and password in the login page. If you don't key in a code within a short period of time, alarms will sound or you won't be able to access your money. Likewise, after you press the power button on a newer PC that uses full disk encryption and a TPM, the tiny chip will supply a unique code called a cryptographic key. If everything is normal, the drive encryption is unlocked and your computer starts up. Basically, when I set up a business computer, one of the things I have to do is encrypt the hard drive. That way, if the laptop ever gets lost or stolen, no one is going to be able to get the data off the hard drive unless they have the encryption key.
Laptops or desktop as well.
Actually, it's most critical on laptops, but yeah, my last 2 jobs, we did it on laptops and desktops. You never know. Someone might break into the building and start taking hard drives out, or you might e-waste stuff without destroying the hard drive. Not that we would ever do that, but
would be dumb. Yeah.
Yes, we turn it on both.
So, for your users' information, you're out to slow down their computers.
I've not done a measurement of how much this slows down or not, and I don't encrypt my hard drives on my desktop in my house, but I believe TPM is...
So if somebody breaks into your house, never mind.
Well, you know, I guess the most...
Cats, they will take care of everything.
Yeah.
You know what? If someone comes in and steals my hard drive, they're gonna find my Excel spreadsheet where I track my weight, and boy, is that going to be embarrassing when they publish that all over the internet. So that is the risk I am taking here.
Shoot.
So the point is that Windows 11 now requires you to use hardware that has a TPM 2.0 chip that is enabled. And that is one of the biggest hurdles, is that a lot of older hardware might have a TPM 1.0 chip instead of a 2, or they don't even have TPM at all. And so without that, Windows 11 doesn't want to install.
They, in the check for compatibility, they can test for your TPM chip.
That is the most common thing that is coming up as the reason why you can't upgrade to Windows 11.
Were they wrong? Was that your tweet about?
Well, no. I'm telling the story of what my tweet's about.
So I was jumping the gun once again.
Yeah. I mean, we could have a dialogue, but then you keep on going like, well, when are you going to tell me about this? And it's like, I'm trying to do that. Okay, so this guy posts on the Quad forums. Has anyone tried updating their motherboard to enable TPM to allow Windows 11 to be installed? I have an MSI Z370 SLI Plus with an 8th generation i7 CPU. It should be sufficient for Windows 11, but Windows 11 won't install. It seems I am missing TPM. The motherboard has a module connector available for a TPM module to install, but it seems if you enable TPM in the BIOS setting, that should be enough. This stuff is over my head, and you need TPM version 2.0, which the MSI board is supposed to support. So I looked into this, and so I started by opening up my Windows updates because I wasn't sure if I ever enabled TPM on my motherboard, since I'm not worried about encrypting my hard drives. So I brought up Windows updates, and sure enough, it told me, hey, your hardware is not, compatible for Windows. You're not meeting the system requirements for Windows 11. Click here to download the PC Health Check tool. So I download the PC Health Check tool, and I ran it, and it told me.
Okay, one question.
Yeah.
Why would you download the PC Health Check tool when you already know that it doesn't work?
Because the PC health check tool would tell me why.
Very good answer.
So I
Okay,
downloaded
continue, please.
So I downloaded and installed that, and then it told me, well, either you don't have TPM 2.0 or you don't have it enabled. And being that I bought a very recent motherboard and it's a modern model, I figured it probably has it. I probably just need to go into the BIOS and enable it. So I rebooted my computer. I went into BIOS, and sure enough, there's TPM. It's disabled. I enabled it. And I continued to boot up in the Windows. And then I went into my security settings, and it told me, yes, you have TPM, and it is 2.0. Okay, great. So I ran the PC health check tool again, and it says this PC meets Windows 11 requirements.
Yay!
Great. So then I brought up the Windows Update, and the Windows Update still says this PC doesn't currently meet all the system requirements for Windows 11.
This is after rebooting between each
Right.
setup, because you have to
And I
reboot
went
to get into the BIOS setting, right?
Right. I rebooted. I set the BIOS setting. I restarted. I got back in. One tool, the Microsoft tool says, "Hey, you're all set." Windows Update says, "No, you're not." And I believe it's because it's not rechecking. It's still stuck on the whole, well, we checked like back a while ago and it said no. And there's nothing that I can do that I can find so far to force it to recheck on the Windows Update page. I keep checking for updates, and it checks and says, well, there's no new updates for you, but it continues to show that line, this PC doesn't currently meet. So that is why I tweeted a picture that shows on the left something that says this PC meets the Windows 11 requirements, and on the right it says this PC doesn't.
Yeah,
and
okay.
And that was my point to Microsoft. Make up your fucking mind. Does it or does it not?
Yeah. See, okay, so the one thing that I did see that. The one thing that I didn't understand is like, were those two at the same time? But now the way you explained it,
yes,
it does make sense. They were they're basically done at the same time.
So I was able to go back into the forum thread and explain to that guy, yes, turning on the TPM 2.0 in your BIOS may have made your computer meet the requirements, but Microsoft Windows Update might not have checked and verified that. So I don't know, but
there's probably some fucking cookie or whatever that says, oh, no, this is not available, and it doesn't actually recheck it. It's just stuck. It's stuck, with its cart in the cart. The cart is stuck in the
right. Basically, I was able to say to the guy, all right, you did everything you were supposed to do. No, you're not stupid. You're not crazy. You're just fucked. That's, kind of.
The programmer that set this up is the guy that's stupid.
Yeah.
And I feel comfortable saying that since I am a programmer.
Gators, have you tried the Windows Media Creation tool?
What's that?
Have you tried the Windows Media Creation tool for Windows 11?
The Windows Media Creation tool.
Yeah.
Under Windows 11?
Well, I have not tried anything in Windows 11 because I've not upgraded.
No, and that's in Windows 10. It's for Windows 11. What you do, you download the Windows Media Creation tool.
Oh, you mean
Yeah.
Install from an ISO?
No, this
or
will
install.
It'll let you do a live update from that.
Right.
You don't have to make it ISO or anything.
The thing is there are ways around Windows Update not letting you do it. There are, and I am sure if I went through another method, that would do its own check and would say, hey, everything's A-OK. Yeah. It just pisses me off that my Windows Update will not automatically check again when I tell it to.
What I really like about the iPhone, iPad, and iOS is that it always asks you for permission, on a new app.
Yeah.
Or a new app that you're just starting, ask for permission to use some of the components, such as the camera,
right,
the GPS thing, whatever. Always ask for the permission and pulls up for you the setting. Okay, so it goes into settings and searches that out. Although sometimes, very irritating, it completely misses, and you go, okay, what am I supposed to fucking set?
Right.
Huh? What the hell? I can't set this because you didn't explain what I'm setting.
No.
It doesn't go to it. It shows a whole list of things where it might be, and there's no clue on where it is. It's not under the app name. It's not under. Well, I don't even know what to look for.
There.
Right.
Right?
And
We can do
anyways,
that. That'll clear all your cache out, Gators. Look in the chat window. That'll clear all your cache out for Windows Update, and then you can do a check again.
all right, move your cursor and find the C drive. All right, so am I supposed to do this from a command prompt or?
Originally, you do it from your regular C drive, and then you can do a command prompt thingy to basically clear out your cache, basically.
All right.
We do have an expert here.
No,
All right.
It's called, I know how to Google it, sir. That's my
Well, I
problem.
mean, I googled.
No, I know you Googled it. The problem is with Google is it will give you search results for everything in the world that you want to check for, unless you know how to type the phrase correctly. I was lucky. I typed a phrase that it likes. Sometimes you're like, how do I clear Windows Update? Well, you want to clear what? I mean, it's just
So-
Yeah.
How do you want clear Windows? Let's see.
And let me tell you, I searched for how to get Windows updates to recheck. And I included the error I was trying to clear, and instead I get like 20 fucking thousand articles about how to enable TPM settings in the BIOS, and it's like, no, I already did that.
Yes.
So, Mars, you, as I recall, you have a beta copy of this.
I'm running the dev build of it. I'm on
I'm
the
sorry, the what?
Microsoft
The what?
dev development build. I'm running the development build of it.
So this is pre-beta.
Pre-beta, basically alpha.
Wait.
This is off the Microsoft Insider Network.
Okay, I don't understand the first
So
step.
let me ask you this question. So, does Microsoft pay you for this,
No.
or
So-
is there some other benefit of it, like eventually you'll
input
get a free
feedback?
stuff that nobody will get?
Input and feedback.
It's community based.
Yeah.
Everyone
Free
benefits.
labor.
I mean, they didn't
Free
read
labor.
much of the original one for 11, but
No.
yeah. Okay.
Anyways,
so what's up, Gators?
So Mars, step one basically just tells me to browse to see when /Windows/software distribution/download, and then there's
Yeah.
3 dots, and I don't know if 3 dots is the rest of step one that I'm missing, because I don't know what I'm doing in that folder.
When we
we'll
say
go in there and-
/:, are we
Because-
making a tribute to Colin Powell, or is it?
No, we're figuring out how to fix this so we can tell the people. And because then step 2 is to open up a
how many
command
people are on?
prompt.
Hey, Dune,
Yeah.
Dune is here still.
You can probably delete the stuff in the. Oh, you know what? In that downloads folder, just highlight it on, hit delete, because you don't need all that stuff. Yeah, just
delete everything in the in this distribution download folder.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I
Delete
do
all
that myself all the time. Anyway, it's just a bunch of temp crap. And if it says can't delete it, don't worry about it. Just say skip.
Just all right. Do this for
skip
all
off.
items. Skip, and
Yeah.
that way we'll delete as much of this crap as we
Yep.
can. Which it deleted none
Exactly.
of it. It deleted absolutely none of it.
It didn't. Did you say skip? Really?
Yeah.
Delete anything? There's usually like 1,000 things in there.
It wasn't asking me to skip. It was asking me to give admin rights. Okay, there we go. Now it deleted all of it. Okay. So now I run. So basically, delete the contents of your Windows/software distribution/download folder, which is basically where your temp Windows
all your temp
updates
crap is, yeah.
stuff is. And then open up a command prompt and run the command wuauclt.exe /update now, which basically I guess resets or it basically and so now when you go to run Windows updates, it'll be like it's doing it for the first time.
Exactly.
All right, so now I'm going to go run Windows updates. I'm going to click check for updates, and I still have this PC doesn't currently meet all the system requirements for Windows 11. So
Wow, that's special sauce, Gators.
yeah, that's
That's special sauce. Oh my god.
Special sauce.
It does not read. Oh my god.
How
but
how about some sriracha to go with that? Make it really hot.
so yeah,
God.
that
Good job.
we've
Good job,
not
Microsoft.
we've not quite found the magic solution yet. So I do not have something to go back to the quad forums with just just yet. But
The,
I'll do more
your magic
googling. We'll
wand-
figure this out.
The
Oh my
the
God.
magic
I'll see
one
what I
does
can
not
find as well.
understand you.
Yeah.
Let's see. Mod Pro writing an iClear temp and prefetch and disk clean. I mean, and I know there are things I've done in the past. I think the last time I did it, that was on Windows 7, to really reset Windows updates. And there are times where you get stuck with something. Usually that's a process you run through if an update fails, because like an update is failing because there's like it's partially downloaded and a file is locked and it can't download the update it needs to run.
I also run a disk
and-
cleanup. There's temporary internet. crap
Yeah.
in that too,
So it's
typically.
but the thing is that we're not trying to get rid of stuff. We're trying to reset whatever flag is set that's saying, hey,
Yeah.
this isn't meeting the requirements because I've changed the hardware, so it needs to do a new check to see if it's compatible with Windows 11. When I run Microsoft's tool to do a check, it says, yeah, you're good. But when my Windows update is still stuck on, no, you're not.
Gators, you can just get a whole new computer.
Heck,
It is one.
I mean, I gave you a solution. You don't like the solution, but I gave you one.
you know what I could do?
Another new one. Yeah.
I could wipe the hard drive and do a clean install of Windows 10 now with my TPM enabled, and then Windows Update will let me update to 11. I realize I'd be better off doing a clean install of 11 if I'm going to wipe the
Yeah.
drive, but that's not
Whoa,
the
whoa. Do you
but
have
that
That's not the
defeats the
point.
principle of
Yeah,
this.
Exactly.
Do you have an update version of Windows 11 or a fresh install?
Oh, me?
Fresh installer of Windows 11.
I could do it either way,
You can do either
probably.
way. He can
Yeah.
use the media
At-
creation tool. You can do both.
At this point, the license is tied to my Microsoft account. So
Yeah,
if
yeah.
I cite it and it checks it hard, it'll basically go, okay, you're eligible.
The installer disk or whatever you have.
A file I would
it doesn't-
download from
It
Microsoft.
doesn't matter if it's a new install or an update.
Well, it goes off the serial number. that
Brian,
Microsoft
let me teach you
Oh, it
something.
does.
I would like to teach you something, Brian, and I think you're going to like this.
Yes.
All right. I want you to do a Google search for Rufus. Rufus.
Rufus.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
He's the guy in Dogma, right?
Hang on,
Right.
hang on. Don't give it away. Don't give it away.
Don't give.
Oh, okay.
Don't give it
DuckDuckGo.
away, give it away,
Rufus.
give it away now.
RUFUS.
Correct.
Oh, and there's
some
a
great
download
software.
available.
Yeah.
And all right,
I mean,
we're going to teach Brian how to install Windows. So
Wow.
or how to
the ad says Rufus official gallery online.
gallery.
Rufus,
Are you
No,
making
no,
sure
no,
you're
no.
safe
You want Rufus.ie. Rufus create bootable USB drives the easy way.
oh, what is the
I use the media
IE
creation tool that does
domain?
it too, but
Is that India?
It's totally legit.
No,
It
but I don't
actually
know.
is.
Do you know what it is?
I don't know what it is.
it stands for Internet Explorer.
I'm sorry. What?
Internet Explorer, IE.
It's Ireland. It
Oh,
is Ireland. Ireland.
It's fine.
So they're based out of Ireland.
Yeah. I'm curious.
Gator
We're gonna-
Gators
blah,
likes
blah,
them.
blah,
They
blah.
have a lot of red
Create
heads
a bootable USB drives the easy way.
Right. So
Sweet.
so go ahead and download that and then run it.
Oh, which version? You got Windows 7. You got.
Just download Rufus 3.16, or hit the big download. Yeah, I mean latest update will be fine. Rufus 3.16 is the latest it looks like, and that'll just give you an executable.
Oh, okay. So the big.
The big bold one.
The big bold. The big button.
Right.
Hello. Why aren't you working? Oh, I'll click on the 3.16.
Yeah.
There we go, and I got an ad. Yay!
And then
Or
when
whatever, some kind of a network tool. What the fuck?
it should just download Rufus-3.16.exe. If I mean that's what it did for me just
I
now.
think it was fucking with me. Let's go again.
Okay, so we're
Whoops.
getting it's a 1.1 meg
I
file.
right clicked and set open in a new tab, and it's still fucking with me.
Sometimes you have to command click it, Brian.
When I right click
it's
and do open a new
Apple,
tab, it
close
downloads the
Apple.
file again. So I don't know. Are you sure you're clicking Rufus 3.16 from rufus.ie/en?
Yeah. That's where I am.
And you've not got Rufus-3.16.exe in your downloads folder now?
I click it. Let's see. Oh, you know what? You know what I hate? I hate fucking Chrome for downloading stuff.
Oh, why are you using Chrome?
So
No,
download it?
That's because StreamYard doesn't like it.
What do you mean? I
Hang on.
use Firefox.
So-
It's
no,
fine.
No, that's what I just did. I switched over to Firefox.
Yeah, I use Firefox or
Okay.
It's friendly.
Well, I mean, I just downloaded it in Chrome twice.
I know. I hate fucking Chrome for
Use
downloading.
Edge.
For downloading.
All right, so right.
Download, save this file. Yes. And Norton is bitching at me again because he wants
Okay.
to offer this crap that I don't want.
No.
Uninstall Norton.
What?
Uninstall it.
Well,
Why
I'm
Norton?
paying him for it.
No,
I
Norton.
don't know why they give you ads. If I pay for someone for something, they better not give me ads.
No,
Now-
it's not an ad. It's not an ad. He wants to add
Now-
a feature to Firefox.
I would just
You know,
like to
you-
remind everyone out
He wants to
there
track
that
my data.
if they don't think this is enough insanity, Skype and the phone is actually
Ooh,
in
NHB
fact
Live,
up.
right?
NHB Live through Skype and 984-664-2723. By the way, that is not 984 NHB Radio. It is, however, 9846 NHB Rad. But it's not 984 NHB Radio.
What about in Skype? It says you want to call, and it has an 800 number still in it.
No, we don't have an 800. No, we never
There's
had
like
an
4
800
numbers
number.
in it.
We had
I recall
877.
Yeah,
I don't know.
there's like
Where?
4 numbers in it. 3 or 4 numbers.
Numbers where?
Well, when you say call on Skype, it says when you say call, it goes call free on Skype, and then it has numbers that there's like 3 more numbers underneath it. There's like 1877 number that we all know doesn't work, and there's like 2 more.
Where are these numbers?
When you call on Skype, you go to Skype, and you go call. You click the audio call button, and then it has a drop down, and it says Skype, free on Skype, and it has 1877 number, and it has a couple other numbers underneath
Where are
it.
you clicking on this drop down?
in the Skype application before you call somebody?
All right, so if I bring up Skype
Yeah, bring up Skype.
and I click what now?
Well, which version of Skype are you using? Actually, it doesn't matter.
the free
go,
one.
You go, okay, they're all free. So right click on it, right click on the name and say call. Right?
Well, on which name? Oh, you mean on the NHB Live account?
Yeah,
Well, I'm signed
yeah.
into the NHB Live account.
Well, I guess
so
you can't call yourself. I mean, you could try. I don't know how. Is that going to loop? Would that work? You can't really do that, right?
so you're saying our Skype account has a bunch of alternate phone numbers listed
Yeah.
on the
Because
the
they're-
Skype
they're-
profile?
Yeah, because there's a
somehow.
profile. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yes, I do see that. The
Yeah.
Skype name is NHB Live. The mobile number is listed as 877.
Yeah.
The email address is listed as Dune at the Dune and Bob Show. But we don't have a birthday. But I don't know where any of the other numbers are coming from. Maybe somewhere Dune's home number is in here.
Ooh, I should call Dude's home number.
You should
Everybody
try calling those numbers you're seeing and find out who picks up.
Problem is, I don't have Skype out, so it's not
I
going to call
don't-
anybody. But
I don't think it's Dune's number.
maybe I'll get a hold of Rico. I'll talk to Rico. Hey, Rico.
But-
Rico.
I miss you, Rico.
But
This
tell you
Rico's
what,
working again.
let's see if we can edit out that 877 number.
The stream has been working for like 3 weeks, Rico. Can you fix that?
Let's see. Actually, I see that the 877 number is listed here 3 times.
Oh, awesome. I should call you 3 times.
Yeah. And let's see if it'll let me edit one of them. So our number is actually
Have you
what
ever
did I
tried
say?
calling that number?
984-664-2723.
Oh no, I'm not going to be able to make fun of your 877 number anymore.
Well, it's not letting me edit this number.
Oh, good. Maybe you have to be special account to do it.
Well, This is something to fix when I'm not live, is what this is.
Pretty much.
So Brian, how's that Rufus download coming along?
So I did go in my download folder, and I had 3 of them.
Yay! You had 3 Rufuses.
See, and that's what I hate about Chrome.
3.
You don't see what's happening.
Mine puts a thing
Firefox.
right up on the bottom and shows me it's happening. I have
You think
never
I
had
can
a
see
problem with that.
You think I can see that with this tiny little screen?
You mean where it's always been forever? You want a big win?
I like the way Firefox has the thingy at the top.
He likes the download manager.
He wants to
And
see
you
a
can-
command prompt come up and a bunch of dots
No, it's
move
not
across.
It's a little.
I want that.
It's a little icon at the top that
Does
shows
Link
your
let me do
download.
that?
Okay, Brian. So are you running your Rufus app now?
No, well, I don't know what to do with it,
Open it. Run the executable, and it will open up a window.
and it will erase my hard drive.
No, it won't do that.
Terminate the show.
I promise you, this is not going to erase your hard drive.
No.
Yes,
Yes,
hey,
you
Mark.
click it, it's going to terminate the entire show.
Yeah, right, exactly. And
It's-
this is what Johnny wants.
The best part is that we're going to use this tool to take down Rico's website, and Rico's going to think Brian did it. So that's
Yeah. Hey, here's the evidence. It's on this show.
Oh, by the way, Dune, Automation's playing Silence, and I would tell Rico, but that's where the problems usually start. But,
Yeah, it's been doing that for 3 weeks, Gators, just to let you know.
3 weeks?
Yeah.
You mean I've been streaming Silence the last 3 weeks?
Okay,
I've been
do
doing
I
this
need
shit?
to have a.
No, you have to go to Twitch. Everybody goes to Twitch now, right?
Now-
Do I need to have a thumb drive for this or something?
Well, we don't. I'm just going to demonstrate to you, and if you want to use this later, yeah, you'll need a thumb drive. But right now, I can show you how.
Okay, double clicking.
Right.
Oh my God!
Now the cool thing is you see that to the right of boot selection, there's that select button, and there's a drop down
Do you
arrow.
want to allow Rufus to check for updates online. Yes or no?
It's up to you. Personal
I
preference.
assume that's the update for Rufus, which I just downloaded, right?
Right.
You already
Right.
have Doritos.
So, hey, we could go through that step just to say, oh, look at that. Oh, and then it just goes directly to drive properties,
Right. Now you see that select button with the drop down arrow?
the device.
Underneath that, to the right, you can see there's a select
select
drop down. Yeah, click the drop down arrow, and the second option on there is download.
Download
I hope
to
everybody
where?
at home is following along with their own version
Now,
of
now,
Rufus.
now that you've made that button say download, click download, and it's gonna bring up an option for you to pick what version of Windows you want to download the installer for.
Where's
And then
that?
once you have that downloaded, you could then burn that installer to a USB key that you put into USB. So basically, it's this easy to create a Windows installer now
Yeah.
with this app. It'll even download the
it
file
didn't
for you.
Actually, do that for me because
All right, Brian, we'll go ahead and we'll show you.
no, because I didn't give it an option for a device.
But you don't have to do that to download the file.
But it isn't giving me the version in question.
All right, so here's my Rufus window here, and I'm going to change the select to be download. And then I'm going to click the download
Okay, hang on.
button.
So at the left, boot selection, the default is disk or ISO image. That's what we want, right?
Right, because we're going to burn a disk or an ISO image to a USB key if we were to use this. And we're going to select download here, and then when we click download, it's going to make another window come up that I have to share because I don't feel like
Oh,
sharing
there
my-
it is. It just popped up.
Right.
Why? Windows 11.
So now you could download
select
Windows 11 and click
or
continue.
7.
And then you could choose which build of Windows 11 you want to download, which right now there's only 21H2. But if you did that for Windows 10, you could pick all the past versions of Windows 10. And then you click continue, and then you select Home Pro is the only option here. And then that's going to go ahead. Oh, and we want English instead of English International because we're not in Ireland. American English is English. International English is British. And then we select our architecture. We're going to do x64, which is the only option for Windows 11. We could do an x86 if we were selecting Windows 10. And now I click download, and it brings up a window for me to download the Windows to, which I can't seem to share. But
and it says okay. So I can select download using a browser.
you could select that, but I didn't because I'm just downloading it with Rufus, and then it'll automatically select that as my image to burn to my USB key. So right now,
how big is this motherfucker?
it's probably going to be like 8 or 10 gig, something like that. So right now, my Rufus is downloading the latest version of Windows 11, 21H2, I think it said. So here we are. We're downloading our Windows 11 installer. And if I had a USB key that was large enough, actually, I got a USB key right here. I could go ahead and throw this on a USB port.
Does that have all your Sparks on it? Don't delete it. Gators, don't delete your Sparks.
We'll check that before we wipe it.
What if all your Sparks stuff is on it?
It could be. Let's see what's on this USB key. So this USB key, I believe, has some kind of a auto run of some sort. Oh, I think it has Partition Magic on it.
Oh God, which version?
I don't know. But this is a 16 gig USB key, so this is plenty big to install the Windows 11 installer on. So as we see, the download is nearly finishing up now. Aww. And now it is ready, except I need to select my device. Problem is that it doesn't see my device because I should have put the device in before I opened this. So I'm going to close and reopen Rufus. But the point is all right. So here we go. So here's my Rufus now reopened, and now Rufus automatically detects that thumb drive in my USB port. That's a 16 gig drive. And this time, since I already downloaded it, instead of selecting download, I'm going to click select, and I'm going to grab that ISO image.
So let me ask this quick.
Yeah.
When it says downloading, this is a Windows version that you can use, even though you're apparently not licensed for it.
No, you are, Brian. You are.
Licensing is not tied to the installer anymore. Licensing is tied to the user. So it may ask you for a license. Well, also, a lot of times the license is tied to your account or to your hardware or to your motherboard. But then again, I bought a motherboard that didn't come with a Windows license, I don't think.
But if you install Windows 10 or 7 on it, it will add, especially Windows 10, it will add the license to that motherboard.
See, what I did was I had a licensed version of Windows 7 that I upgraded to 10, and so that grandfathered me into 10. So I've basically got my license. I don't know.
So let's say I really want Windows 7, even though I don't have it. I've got Windows, say 10 on my machine.
Well,
let me just
number works on Windows 7. You can
well,
install it.
And I thought 7 was out of service.
You could still install 7, but you'd have to do a clean install, of course. But I mean, even Rufus will even let me select to download a Windows 7 ISO, which is it only lets me do the Service Pack 1 though.
So how large is the image roughly?
Well, I just downloaded Windows 11, and that image is 5.12 gig.
Not bad.
Well, one thing I've learned.
Okay, so like 32 gig USB chip
we'll take it.
USB card would be fine.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
5.20 gig is less than or equal to 32 gig.
So actually, I do have a Windows 7 that I have not used yet.
Oh.
I bought it when I bought this motherboard, which I have not plugged in yet.
Hmm.
So maybe
I-
the better thing would be to
What's on that
download
motherboard right
the-
now, Brian?
what?
What's on that
What's
motherboard
on
right
it?
now? 7?
What's on it?
Well, yeah. What version? What's on that motherboard right now? What's on that machine right now?
And this hasn't even plugged into a power supply,
So you have a
it's
mother.
not-
You have an unused motherboard, is what you're saying.
and there's no case for it. I was going
Oh,
to
are you
use the
building
other
a new
case.
machine?
I bought this before going to Singapore.
Oh
So-
my God, what is that?
So,
5
so
or
anyways,
6?
the point is here, as you can see here, what's cool is because you know how Windows 10's been updated several times since it came out.
Yeah.
I could select all these different versions of,
Yeah.
Windows 10. So if I wanted to install Windows 10 1809 for some reason, and there's 3
It was
revisions
a
of
good
that.
year. It was a
Yeah.
good year.
19H1 is over there. 2 versions of 19H1, 19H2. Over here, 21H1 is the latest version of 10. And then there's Home Pro and Education versions. And the other cool thing is it used to be that there was different versions, different installers for different versions of Windows 10. But now they kind of pack them all up to the same installer. So like Windows 10 Enterprise is on the Windows 10 Home Pro installer as well.
Yeah.
And in order to and so if you're building a Windows 10 Enterprise image, one of the first steps is to take your installation media and use PowerShell to extract the correct WIM file from the WIM file that's in there. So that way you could.
Is that the licensing information or something?
No, that's just the base image. The licensing information for Enterprise would be hosted on the entity server or through.
So
that
if you
type of-
downloaded Enterprise version and you're just a common user, it would say go screw yourself.
actually,
Brian, if you have
Yeah.
Windows 10 and you put an enterprise number in there, it'll just install it as Pro. Because that's what I do. I have an enterprise version of Windows 11 on here.
Well, you have an Enterprise license, but if I'm just a Joe
Actually,
Schmuck-
I had a TechNet license many
So-
years ago when 7 was out, and I just kept using the licenses. It works fine
So-
on 11 too.
So, anyways, since I downloaded Windows 11, Rufus here, now that I closed and reopened it, sees that I have a 16 gig USB, which is on the G drive, and I'm okay with wiping that. It's
Oh, hang on. Let me look at that.
it's
okay.
it's selected my Windows 11 ISO that I downloaded as the boot selection, since it's like we
Yeah.
just downloaded that. And default settings will work unless you're dealing with older hardware. GBT UEFI is what you want. And so now I'm going to go ahead and click start, and it's going to warn me,
ET.
warning, all data on your device will be destroyed.
Yeah, baby.
So I click-
and
I click-
terminate the show.
So I click OK, and now it's putting my Windows installation image onto that USB key, and that turns it into a bootable USB key that will install Windows 11 on a computer. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're not terminating the show yet.
No, I'm not going to run this now. I just wanted to teach
Clicking that
you
button doesn't
a new
terminate the
trick
show.
about how to, because the way you were talking about like getting a disk, it's like no, that's Windows installations aren't done that way anymore.
I can install it on a DVD.
Yeah,
On a
I mean
DVD.
that's the thing. The ISO,
course.
but this ISO image would require a dual layer DVD because
Of course,
it's
Linux
larger than
has been
4.8.
Doing that for a long time.
It's this is you could use Rufus to grab the latest Ubuntu ISO and you select that from your
Oh, was that what that selection was?
if you do select instead of
It was
download.
just a bunch of weird letters and numbers.
Well, no. When you if you instead of doing download, just do select, you can go grab any ISO image, and so you could download, the latest version of whatever flavor of Ubuntu you like, and then go select that, and then throw that on the USB key. Rufus is basically a tool to take an ISO image and image a USB key with it to be a bootable USB device. But it also happens to tie itself directly to downloading versions of Windows, which is really convenient because then with the same app, you download it, you burn it, you got it.
Okay, so I see Windows 7 through 11.
I don't think it gets
Ooh,
any nerdier than
8.1.
that. So hopefully Mod Pro is
And
still eating this all up.
UEFI shell? What is
What?
UEFI? Is that Ubuntu?
No, UEFI is the new version of BIOS.
Yeah.
What BIOS?
Well, at some point, BIOS was updated to UEFI, but we still call it
His
BIOS.
motherboard does not have a UEFI if he bought it before he went to Singapore.
No, they had UEFI. Actually,
about
his
20,
board probably
30.
supports both types.
Okay. That's cool.
I don't know because I remember when there was kind of a period where they would do
So
both.
where would you select Ubuntu?
Well, you would have to download that yourself, and then instead of I'm all right. Let's see if I can run a second instance of this.
Excuse me.
No, I can't. Let's let this job finish, and then I'll show you how to do it for Ubuntu, or for anything else. I might have an Ubuntu ISO somewhere in my.
You know, Brian, I just run a virtual machine in Windows, and you
Yeah.
can run Linux on it, and I run Ubuntu through Windows itself. It's fine.
Yeah, I do have an Ubuntu installer on here.
Yeah.
Actually, I have two Ubuntu installers on here.
Yeah.
I got 20.04.2.0 and I got 21.04.
21.10 is that, or is it 04?
21.04
Uh-huh.
was the last time I tried it,
It's like
and that was in August.
It was it MP. No, the new one just came out. MP. It's like Lemur, basically. I don't know the name of it.
But no one is calling. No one wants to.
What?
No one wants to test the phone number or the Skypes.
I think they're saying these guys are just nerding out.
No, we are. We are absolutely.
Well, they're all working on the Rufus installs right now. They all are playing the home game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what's
That's what
going
they're
on.
doing. And just remember, right in the middle of your install, right hand red and left foot blue.
Left foot blue. Okay. Right now we're stuck on 96%. Anyways, I got a story for you guys while we're doing this. This is a classic workplace story, and I'm going to tell you how this was presented to me, and I want to see if you can figure out what the translation is. So this morning, at the team meeting, an announcement was made that two of my coworkers that are the junior sysadmins, let's call them Jane and Sean. That Jane and Sean.
Poor Jane is getting the boot.
No, Jane and Sean have been promoted to be level 2 of support.
Yay!
So this means that me and Shane, we'll call my coworker, who are our service desk, we now should, if we need to escalate anything, we go to Jane and Sean and we send it to them. And that the only time we ever need to email the sysadmins is if there's some kind of a system outage that is company-wide. Otherwise, we should send it to Jane and Sean. And congratulations to Jane and Sean on this. They almost talked it up like it was some kind of a promotion and what great recognition of their quality work. So that is the announcement that was made, that me and what did I say Steve's name was? Seamus.
Not Steve.
Not Steve.
His name is Shane. Or Sean.
Shane. Yeah, we'll go with Shane. I always try to keep the first letters the same.
Oh my God.
So
It's
so
just
Ed-
a silent
Steve,
H. That's all.
Nick,
So-
Neil. Yeah.
So while Dune's typing up what that all means, Brian, what do you think the real message was there? Because I could tell you it wasn't
Everybody else is fucked.
Mars. What did you get out of that?
Don't bother the main system administrators.
Yes, exactly. Bingo. That's what it was. Basically, it was Leave us the fuck alone. We are too important for your petty little emails.
Hey,
That's
I've watched
exactly
Office
what
Space.
it was.
I've watched Office Space up to 35 times. I know.
I mean, here's the thing. And I'm like, what
And I
the
want
hell?
my stapler.
And here's what happened. Last week, someone that works for my company, let's call him Jack because his real name's Jeremy, and he.
No. You go,
Or is
might
it?
Might be Jeremy.
Anyways, Jack locked out. Jack locked himself out, and so Seamus unlocked him, and then his account locked out again 15 minutes later. So Seamus unlocked him again. Then his account locked out
Hey,
again.
Mod Pro. Oh, sorry.
So basically, something kept locking out his account. Now, on past jobs, I had access to go run a report or go look at something so I could see what triggered the lockout. Like, oh, it was a bad password.
Logged on.
What's that?
He has another device logged in.
Right. He's got something logged in somewhere, or somewhere he's got an outdated password that is sending out requests every 15 minutes and locking him out. So normally there'd be a report I could run and I could see, oh, it's that computer. Reboot that machine. Or something like that. Or, hey, you sign in and sign out of that and you'll be fine. But I don't have that here. But I know that this other guy, I'm running out of J names. Let's call him, who should we,
I call him Jingles.
what should we name Josh? Jerry. There we go.
Jerry, wow.
So Jerry has helped me in the past look up things like this. So but I also know that Jerry is a very busy sysadmin, and maybe Jane and Sean have access to the same thing that Jerry has access to that he's helped me to. So I drafted an email to the three of them. And I basically said, hey, Jerry, Jane, and Sean, how you doing? What did I name Jeremy?
Shit. No, Jeremy was
Jack.
Jack.
Jack's locked out, and I can't figure out what's locking him out. Do you have access to run a report to tell me what machine this is coming from? Now, Jane and Sean did not respond to the email right away. They were probably busy with a lot of low-level stuff that's on there. They're very busy. We're all very busy people. But Jerry basically sent me an email to let me know that he was too busy for this and that I should figure out how to do it myself. And he said, there are plenty of tools out there. Go Google it. And so I replied back to Jerry. I said, I'd love to do that, but I don't want to just start installing any software willy-nilly on my computer here, because Jerry has in the past bitched about unapproved software on company machines, and he absolutely hates it when people do that. So I basically took this chance to just, focus his thing right back at him and said, well, I don't want to start installing unapproved software. What tool would you approve of, or that could you recommend for me to download to do this? And Jerry's like, dude, my wife is due this week, and we're like at the hospital. And I'm like, well, then why are you replying to the email? But I didn't say that.
I'll be leaving that stuff alone. I'll be like, yo, my
good luck with
lady's
the,
gonna pop.
I'm like, well, now before he said that though, I was like, look it, Jack is like locked out, and I can't get him back in now. Could we get him fixed and then figure out the tool that I need to be able to do this without bugging you going forward? And that's when he's like, I don't have time for this. And I'm like, okay, all right. And then, and Jane and Sean, they didn't get back to me. And we ended up figuring out that it was his map drive. He had a map drive that was signed in using these credentials, but it was outdated. So we remapped the drive, and we got it there. So yes, good. I did. So I did figure it out. But I am pretty certain that because I emailed Jerry asking for that help, Jerry bitched to someone about it, and now they set this new policy that the only reason we are to go to admins is if there's a company-wide outage, and everything should go through Sean and Jane first.
Well, Yaters, this is what you do. You go to the main server room, pull out the fiber, and say, hey, things aren't working. What do I do? That'll get his attention. Oh, crap, I can't even get in.
Anyways, so, yeah, that was... but I love how they went on and on about how, like, you know, this is a great recognition of Jane and Sean's great work
Did
here.
they
And
even
I'm
do
like,
anything?
and I'm like, no, it's not. This is them telling us that they don't want us to email them. And I said something to that effect, like, well, we've always had a, you know, willingness to help each other and ask people for help. So I kind of, you know, and it's, no, that's not at all what this is. This is just trying to streamline things and be more organized. And as soon as we got off the call,
But Freddie's wife is pregnant and about ready to pop.
and as soon as we got off the group call, what did I say Steve's name was?
Seamus.
Seamus calls me right back and goes, "Hey."
I don't think so. I thought it was Shane.
No, Seamus, I thought.
I've been going back and forth between Shane and Seamus.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
You know
It's
what?
hilarious.
It's okay. Shane's just a nickname. It's okay.
Yes.
Shane
Oh,
is
so
Seamus.
you could call him shithead. Oh, wait a minute.
No, you should not.
What if I told stories about this job and I just replaced Tharco names? So I could be like, you know, Dale announced to us about this great new thing that Brian and Nick are going to be the junior sysadmins. Everything should go through them, and we should not email MyFong with anything directly because
sounds about
they
right.
will. Yeah, there we go.
That probably is pretty close too.
And my point here is that this has nothing to do with the great job that Nick and Brian are doing. Not that they're not doing a great job. Anyways, I don't know why my job got stuck at 96% here and is not finishing the imaging job, but we're gonna have to.
That's because you've been talking too much and you're filling up your bandwidth with this show.
Rufus has detected that Windows is still flushing its internal buffers onto the USB device.
Oh, I know. It's Norton. Norton runs some shit in the background. Fucking
I'm
with
not-
your machine.
Yours?
I'm not running Norton.
Nobody runs Norton. I run Windows Security Essentials. Defender. That's it.
Anyways,
I should stop paying Norton and go to Windows.
you know what? And 5-Hit Doom is
'cause
help.
they're doing the same shit that AVG did when I said, I'm sick of the pop-ups and all the garbage that they want.
Gators.
Yes.
This brings us back to another segue. I was listening to stuff you've been posting on Twitter.
Oh,
and
you
right
were?
Right in the middle, it goes, Avast antivirus has been updated.
Yes, that was one of the reasons I uploaded that clip because it was right. Which clip was that?
The Amateur Hour archive, is it, or the?
That was a Suburban Homeboys, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, that was when we were reading the. Was that the? Which one was that?
I think something was happening. In
I
somebody's
clipped a
background.
few things from May of 2013, and the
Yeah.
reason I did this was because I was curious how the prices of airfare compared to the past, and so I looked up how much I paid for airfare whenever I flew across the country, and I saw that one of my round trip tickets was bought for a trip in May of 2013, and I couldn't figure out why in the hell I would have gone back and visited Jersey in May. Why not July or August or June? And so I went back and listened to those shows from those time periods to see if I talked about it. And turns out that's when my cousin got married, and so that's why I did that. So
It wasn't to see venison.
now Dune gave me some suggestions for other names for Jerry, and one of them is Dick, which is, I think, a very there are plenty of fine people named Dick.
what?
Dick Clark, Dick Cavett,
Dick Nixon?
Dick Nixon. There you go. So thank you, Dune, for your great suggestion there. Anyways, the first clip. Speaking of Dune. Remember when I first got an iPhone and I talked about how stupid it was and how much I hated it?
Yes.
Dune just loves it when I talk about my opinions on Apple's devices. And so this was what we heard from Dune. Dune calling right now. Hello there, Dune.
Jesus Christ, you are killing me.
I'm killing you?
You are killing me.
How am I killing you?
I'm trying to be passive and listen here at work. And I'm going like, I'm screaming and going like, I got. You just got to picture this. I got one ear plug in. I'm outside now, obviously,
Uh-huh.
and it's starting to rain. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, you can add dude the FaceTime now too.
Oh, there we go. Hey, dude, how do I add you to FaceTime?
Jesus Christ, this guy's killing me. The Orient
Killing him. We are killing him.
You know, the sad part is we can all do FaceTime now. Honestly, even if you have a Windows machine,
Yeah.
you can do it through. You can do it through your browser.
So then the other one we talked about was the obituary, and I think
That's
you
because
forward.
Zoom is taking over the market.
Now, Mars, I think you sent this one in. We were talking about an obituary for Matt Groening's mother, and that gave some insight to some of the. And I think this might have been the one where the
Matt
Avast
Groening.
alert came in. So we've lost someone near and dear to all of us that we've invited into our living rooms on Sunday evenings every week. Isn't that right, Mars?
Yes, yes, we have.
Oh, is that one
Yes.
of the listeners?
Margaret Ruth Groening, also known as
Who?
Marge Simpson.
Oh.
Simpson died.
Yeah, Marge Simpson has died.
Yeah.
The real life Marge Simpson. Matt
based
Groening's
The
mom
character.
has passed away.
The character.
Which our condolences.
This
to
is
a clip of
Matt
me reading
Groening.
the obituary. Margaret Groening died peacefully in her sleep on April 22nd, 2013, in Portland. Born Margaret Wiggum on March 23rd, 1919, in Chisholm, Maine. Margaret was 94 years old. Margaret's parents, Matt and Ingeborg Wiggum, met on the boat coming to America from Norway. They settled in Everett, Washington, where the paper mill smelled like money, and Matt worked as a machinist. As high school valedictorian and Miss Everett, Margaret's highest honor was being named May Queen of Linfield College. She graduated from Linfield in 1941 and married classmate Homer Groening, whom she chose because he made her laugh the most. Margaret taught high school English before starting a family, and her love of language was apparent in the many double acrostics she completed in ink. Margaret and Homer supported the Oregon Symphony, the Portland Trail Blazers, and many local yarn shops. Margaret was a talented needlework artist. Besides Homer, Margaret was preceded in death by her oldest daughter, Patty, who died in January 2013. She is survived by her brother Arnold, her children Mark, Matt, Lisa, and Maggie, 8 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren. The family thanks the wonderful caregivers from Visiting Angels and the hospice nurses from House Call Providers. Special appreciation also goes to loyal friend Grace Clark. But no, what was interesting about it is seeing Lisa and Maggie in print, and also the reference to Wiggum as a last name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting how the show's names became around. It's all family based.
Yeah.
which I never realized, and that's the reason I sent you this. Is it was a nice little backstory. What was where things came from?
No. I am playing with my phone.
Uh-huh.
Is that what you're calling it now?
I am playing with my phone.
Yes, playing and phone are in quotes. She is playing with her
Someone's screaming
phone
in the background.
while breathing heavily. I mean, do you normally breathe heavily while playing with your phone?
I have the sniffles. Leave me alone.
You know what's good for the sniffles, don't you?
No.
I'll clear those sniffles right out.
No, I didn't take my my allergy medicines today.
Well, here. You know what else is good for your allergies?
Fuck you, dude. Just because I'll be doing that later on. Right now I'm trying to finish this fucking coffee.
Oh, there you go. Well, I've already had my first mug here, but so yeah. Anyways, rest in peace,
I'm working on
Marge.
Cup number 3.
I haven't had any.
So Neo, how have you been celebrating National Masturbation Month so far?
Well,
I'm just gonna step away for a little while. You guys can discuss this.
well, you see,
This is where I stop the apparently I did not realize it was National Masturbation
No,
Month, and I have to catch up later.
It's
so,
it's
I mean,
international international masturbation
international.
month. Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Apparently, I need to catch up later. It's 8 days, and
Brian writes in. So
night.
does that mean no more new episodes of The Simpsons? Then no. It's just
Yes. Yes, it means no more new episodes of The Simpsons. You fucking fail, you goddamn retarded douche.
Well, it was a fair question if it was typed in right as I said. Marge Simpson is dead. Before explaining that it's not the cartoon character Marge Simpson, but Matt's mom who actually inspired Marge Simpson.
I just thought backstory of the names were kind of interesting, and the backstory what was up. So
Yeah, no, that was cool. That was
back
cool.
when I actually used to work for the show.
But we also who's screaming in the background?
No one is screaming. That's a fucking machine thingy.
Your machine is screaming?
No, it's my mom's boyfriend working in the garage.
Your mom's boyfriend is being held in the garage and is screaming to escape.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what we thought.
We always suspected there was something weird going on there. Oh man, he could scream really high pitched.
No,
I
I
guess
think
it depends on what they're doing to him. I mean,
Yeah,
I think
that's kind of like.
it's either a saw or a Dremel that he's using right now.
Well, that'll make you scream like that. That will.
a Dremel.
Yeah, I see why he's screaming like a banshee. So yeah, I loved like the randomness of the background sounds and just kind of improvising off of that. I think that's what made that clip. Unfortunately, that wasn't the clip with the Avast thing in there. But Mars, you still there?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So did you get all caught up after that?
I don't remember. That was 2013 Gators. I don't remember.
You know what?
It's been like 8 years ago.
It may be the sex toys gone wrong clip that has the Avast thing, and that is a longer clip, so we're not going to play the whole thing. We'll just play a little bit of this. Yes, let's talk more about sex.
What's the deal?
Yes!
What's the deal?
About Avast.
Well, I used to run Avast as my antivirus, and Avast will update itself at around the same time every week. And somehow that same time every week would always land right in the middle of my show every week. So for a number of years, every week at some point during the show would be interrupted with my computer going, Avast antivirus has been updated. And I think that happens somewhere near the beginning of this clip, so I think we'll get to hear that. Yes, let's talk more about sex.
We're listening for.
Yes!
Just listen. 5 baffling uses of sex toys that prove humanity is doomed. Yes, Neil, this is so you. Thank you for sending me this link. 90% of all sex toys operate on one immutable principle. You put them in and around holes and slosh them about all flibbity-jibbity. Another 9% generally are holes in which you put something in. And the last 1% is everything else, like paddles, high-voltage panties, and rubber sheets. Despite the wide array of terrifying shapes they may come in, at the end of the day, they're all pretty basic in how they're used. And more importantly, you should have a basic idea of what you plan to do with them before you start herky-jerking them about your person. But nothing lasts forever in the cold November rain. Not even a sphincter full of latex. And so sometimes shit just goes wrong. Dead wrong. But, read it so it doesn't sound foreboding.
Avast virus database has been updated.
My computer is reacting to this article. So there it is. There's our Avast update.
I'm surprised you didn't steal the audio file from that Gators.
I should. I really should. But anyways, if anyone wants to hear the rest of that article, I did post the whole 17-minute reading of that article. It involves a sex drill and a sex saw and people that have made power tools into such things and made awful, awful mistakes. So on my Twitter account, I did tweet the link to that. So Dune is saying, "Listen to me, hello, hello, hello." Well, then call in.
Dude,
Yes, I
call
see.
one of the 3 numbers. Or
I
4.
see that you say Velvet 7 is on. Yeah, okay. Yo 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 yo. Okay. All right. Skype is up. You know what? Since Dune is really excited about this, let's call up the iDune on the iSkypes, and we're going to see if he answers. So there we go. He's updated his Skype profile. Hello, iDune.
Are you really calling me while I'm trying to text you?
Dude!
Yeah.
What are you buying, dude?
You demanded my attention in caps.
You're
so
not listening to what
I
I'm
am
saying.
providing quality customer service
Did you
by
listen
picking
to?
up.
Did you read what I said?
You said
Of course
that Velvet 7's on.
How is this not a thing to you?
Well, because I'm doing my stream.
Dude, what are you
That's
buying,
not the
dude?
point.
You want me to send people away from my stream? Is what you're saying?
Not necessarily.
Okay, now I'm showing Velvet 7's offline, but that might be the wrong Velvet 7 account.
She is absolutely on right now, live.
Oh, Velvet_7. There it is. Yes, she is back on.
What is she doing?
Probably jiggling, but
Probably explaining how Twitch is a bunch of. Never mind. I shouldn't say that.
well, if she wanted
A great company.
a great company with a lot of quality people that are named Jerry and Seamus and
Yes.
and Steve. No, not Steve.
Dude, are you
No,
buying
she
a new
doesn't have-
iMac
she-
Pro?
She doesn't have her partnership, which is sad. But
Is it
oh, she never was partnered. That's right. Never mind.
no,
Dude, your partner, maybe she should be part of your partnership.
she's
No, I'm not.
smelling a stick of deodorant right now.
Oh, what?
What?
I don't know. Someone just handed her a stick of deodorant, and she took the cap off and took a snip, and she's going to put it on her feet. I don't know.
Maybe she got the stanky
What?
feet.
No. Well, she lifted her foot up, but I don't
I
think.
can come to your
having a
stream.
good lunch break? Hello.
Hello. So I don't know what she's doing, but she's got the stick of deodorant.
아니 근데 뭔가를 해야 될 것 같긴 한데 막 춤을 추면은
Is she?
춤을 추면은
Oh, look at the cute little dog.
What's that?
Okay.
So yes.
Okay.
yes.
Anyway, back to the show.
Velvet 7 is so. Doom, what do you think of the show so far?
Which one?
This show.
Oh,
I mean, we did it. I think we did a good job hiding all the names of the innocent and not so innocent. No one will ever figure
You
out who
did.
anyone is.
and I even, you notice I even censored myself. I was getting ready to
I
type
saw
some stuff.
that.
And I
Yeah,
stopped.
that was great.
And I stopped.
You know, Dick is a fair name, and we'll have to use that in the future when we're coming up with names. You know, a lot of famous Dicks.
Oh, that's not what I was censoring, but that's okay.
Dude,
was a
does
deflection.
Velvet 7 go on Twitch Vines? Does she sing anything?
You know, just to point out, all you are never mind.
Well, we used to have her on Twitch Finds, but we couldn't show anymore because she was banned, and then they would ban us for showing her.
Oh, that's mean.
Yeah.
Dang, it's not your fault.
There is that whole rule about you're not allowed to host or show things of like when
Yes.
someone's banned from Twitch, like gamers are not supposed to game with banned gamers that were banned from
Right.
Twitch. But there have been times that people are in the same servers other people are on, and it actually has been like a topic of discussion. Like, who's that guy that like no one knows why he got banned?
The big tall guy.
Dr. Disrespect,
But you
was it?
Yes.
You can
yes.
show other people that are on Twitch on their show as like as an inset. Oh yeah, we're promoting this guy's channel because he's.
You know, we do, but there's probably who knows.
Here's, you know what? There was a guy that used to go into people's channels on a different streaming service and bag on them. and then he got asked to stop doing that. But everything we've done
Yes.
has been in good spirit.
No,
And-
no,
and-
we're promoting, not bagging.
Right.
Yeah,
so
that's
so
different.
we've never been asked to stop doing anything because we're not doing anything
Was
that has
Twitch
caused any
sending,
complaining.
a thing out, stop doing that through email or something?
There might be an email attached to the ban notification, but I don't know. I don't know because we've not run afoul of anything.
No, we're good. We're good people. We're good boys.
We're good. Yeah. No, we've not
Usually.
we've not given anyone a reason to complain.
No.
I mean, the closest we've come to picking on anyone is our continued use of that wonderful rendition of "Happy Birthday" to wish everyone a happy birthday, and have a little snicker at that. But
Yes.
but they played everything else good. They
Yeah.
just didn't quite rehearse "Happy Birthday."
No, but it's a great version, though.
It is great. We do love it.
It would upset me if they ever played it better. Because it wouldn't be the same.
No, it
really
wouldn't. It would not.
It wouldn't be the same.
Just wouldn't be the same.
Everybody likes an improvement. As long as it is an improvement, right?
Well, this is one of those things that's so bad it's good, but if they made it better, it wouldn't be
Exactly.
bad enough to be
That's right.
good. It
That's
would just
right.
be
It would not
bad.
be better.
Right. It would. You can't. If they made it better, it'd be worse.
Exactly.
There you go. That's the way to put it.
But good to see her back.
It is good to see her back. It
That's
is
refreshing.
Yes,
Do you
absolutely.
see the
I'm guessing they started doing the math of how much money they've lost in the last year, and probably. Well, you know what? It's funny but true.
I don't.
Yeah.
I
I get that.
I mean, but for how much they make on gaming, that probably barely registers as anything. It's
Probably it's just really sad. Somebody might have said, we banned this poor girl for what?
I would guess
in comparison to what the world is now.
I would
mean,
guess
it's
that
just, sad.
it's more likely Velvet 7 initiated this than Twitch. I don't think out of nowhere Twitch is going to go, hey, banned person that's not been asking us about getting back on that we banned some years ago. We're going to undo it now. Unless there was some kind of like a clearing of old stuff.
Possibly.
I think it's more likely Velvet 7. I mean, because Velvet 7's been doing her own thing, on YouTube and Instagram. And
big on YouTube and Instagram.
And so
Is it
maybe...
possible that she was banned because someone hit a report button?
Well, basically, Velvet 7 has very large talents, and
Nothing wrong with that at all.
and she likes to wear low cut shirts that accentuate the talents. And here's the thing. I mean, people with smaller talent have worn lower shirts and not run afoul of anything, but for some reason, because she's got so much talent, and people like looking at the low cut shirts and the amount of talent that they can see, even though there's never been a nip slip on her channel.
Whoa!
For some reason, Twitch has taken issue with the size of her talents and has discriminated against her for that. I'll say it. Come at me, Twitch.
And it's sad because there's other ones that have,
people have been gotten away with far worse.
You'd have to look at the data. Maybe she just had higher numbers, more viewers, and then you had a bunch of people that hit the report button.
I mean, it could be.
So she could have said something they didn't like.
I mean, that is the one unknown element, is how many people are reporting which channels and how much of a factor is that? Because it could just be because I mean, there are people that hate beautiful women just for the sake of hating them because, oh my God, they're getting all this attention for doing nothing. When it's like, no, Velvet 7 ain't there doing nothing. She's dancing her ass off.
Right.
It's, and so what if you think that's undeserved? She's not hurting you. but there is that sentiment. There's the anti-thought sentiment that exists in Twitch, and it's an ugly thing.
My sentiment is, if you don't like something, then don't watch it. Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we lost. What was the name of the guy that we lost recently? Because he didn't like me.
We're not.
Whatever.
Well, that's not for public discussion, and but he's not tuning in.
He made some comment that he didn't like what I said, and so he doesn't watch me. And I'm like, okay, no problem.
Right.
But the good thing is you both would like Velvet 7.
That's the way to do it, right?
What'd you say?
You both would like Velvet 7. That's the good thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, but I mean, heck, there are some people that probably, there's a lot of people that think that it was a mistake for Twitch to expand into anything other than gaming. That Twitch should be a gaming platform, and we should all go somewhere else. And then there's people, so there are some people that think less of different types of entertainment and would like to see them go away because we're the real entertainment and they're just distraction. And that's, those are ugly thoughts.
Yeah, I think that's dumb because
absolutely, it's dumb.
People that are performing music, and this is their venue.
Right.
Yeah, you could do that on YouTube, but you get lost in the mix. You can do that on Facebook.
I mean, there's so many great communities that have built up in here. But anywhere you go, you're going to run into assholes, as I've demonstrated from talking about different jobs I've worked at.
I mean, after all,
every place has them.
You don't want to end up like MySpace, where nobody's on it. Right?
MySpace? I kind of remember something like that. Mod Pro Running and haters be hating. Exactly.
Yeah, well, yes, right on.
So anyways,
absolutely.
Well,
now you know that your iMic works.
Yes, yeah, I have the I just hooked up the wires back up to the onboard card, which is a little noisy, but I want to get calls in again.
That's what filters are for.
Yeah, well, this isn't the hum type of noise. This is the the thing is I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up a optical to analog converter and use the optical out of the onboard sound card, because that won't have any interference. And then if I just keep that box away from anything with interference, that should give me a clear.
You got a spare Focusrite at home, but you hate those, so never mind.
Is this just bleed over that we're hearing some other voices?
Someone's got
no, that's the TV.
Velvet 7.
No,
is that your TV, Dune?
Let me turn that down. There you go.
Dude's watching his soaps. Don't mess with him.
Watching my stories.
I don't know. I was just asking the question. I didn't mean for anybody to do anything.
Yeah.
It was a cute blonde voice, is what it was. There. Now that you need to know.
Oh.
See.
That's not what it sounded like from here.
Oh.
It was just it was just noise,
Well, there's a few degrees of separation there. But anyways,
yeah. And I don't have any objection. I'm just curious on what the hell that was.
Now, Dune was here with me on Saturday when I did a little a home improvement stream again, and Mars was here, and I have an antenna in the attic. I
saw that tweet about some antenna.
Yeah. Well, the thing is I want to hook the antenna up to all the TVs that are on the second floor, and I want to do it without running wires back and forth so much. So it would make the most sense to split the antenna in the attic rather than to use the splitter that was mounted to the outside of the house and the wires that are tacked up outside of the house and then run into the house through holes that were drilled straight in. So I'm going to put the splitter in the attic, run the wires in the wall, and then tear down all those ugly wires that are on my house. The antenna requires power, so I had to have a place to plug in the power. So the closet, my bedroom closet, is underneath the spot where the antenna is. So I put a plug outlet in my closet. And as Dune elegantly pointed out, this means that the next owner of my house is going to look at the closet, see the outlet in the closet, and they're going to say, oh, this is where he grew the weed.
Yep.
Right.
And nothing else. And I'll start the rumor.
You already started the rumor.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? No, it was funny actually, because then you were talking, and I actually looked up where signals are in your neck of the woods if you were to put up an antenna, and sure enough, there's a bunch of towers out towards Hutchison. So yeah, you would need to be pointing your antenna in that direction.
Yep, that's where the towers are.
That's where the towers are.
Yeah.
So you're all set with Sputnik in the attic there. So
That's it. Yeah, I don't have it hooked up. It's not hooked up. But
you gotta hook that up one of these days. See what you get in.
This friend
No,
of mine,
I'll wait till cable gets to $400, then I'll.
this friend of mine was posting on Facebook this picture of a guy wearing these glasses that had these two big antennas on. Apparently, it was a television.
TV
setup,
glasses.
as it were. Yeah, TV glasses from like 1958 or something like
you
that.
wouldn't be able to get anything on them now.
Awesome.
I know it,
Yeah,
and
you
I go,
compare those.
wow, that's like watching. Was he watching My Favorite Martian? Because the antennas were above his head.
See, and if you did it right, you could do it in stereoscopic.
Oh man,
That would have been cool. Yeah. I'm gonna Google that. See if they have a pair of those. So we're looking for TV glasses. Is there a name for these?
What?
I guess.
No, that's what Brian was just talking about. Some guy was wearing a pair of glasses with antennas coming off of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You said from the 50s? That seems pretty early for something
It was-
like that.
I know. It kind of blew my mind. Like 58, I think.
Really? Because they
Yeah.
were still running CRTs.
They would have been little CRTs burning your cornea.
That's got to be heavy. Oh my god.
I mean,
I
electronics are still running
I
on
wasn't holding
tubes.
them up. I know. That'd be burning your face off.
Yeah, this does not sound. They always said don't sit too close to the TV or it will suck you in. Is that not? Somehow I misunderstood that at some point, and I actually thought for a few of the earlier years of my life that if I sat too close to the TV, I get sucked in. And I don't know if that was something that my mom actually told me or something that I misunderstood. But at some point, someone straightened that out and said, "Oh no, that's not what's going to happen. It's just bad for your eyes." But then again, I didn't always understand my mom's sarcasm, because one time when my
the thing is, she was saying that so you could learn about sarcasm because that's what we do on the East Coast, right?
right, like when my brother was like 2 or 3. My grandmother bought him an outfit, and it wasn't on a special occasion. We just, swung by our house and picked it up. And of course, me being a kid asked the question, what did he get that for? Why didn't I get a gift? And my mom goes, oh, it was a for being born gift. And so for years, whenever my brother wore that outfit, I always thought to myself, oh, that's the outfit that Grandma bought him for being born when he was 2 or 3. But that was...
Oh God.
And then one time, now when I was young, pumpkin pie doesn't look like something that came out of a pumpkin, and so I always wondered if pumpkin pie is really made from pumpkin or if it's just a name for something, because I couldn't see how you would make a pie out of an actual pumpkin. And so
it's actually made from mushrooms.
Well, no. So I asked my mom, is pumpkin pie really made from pumpkin? And she said, no, it's made from cherries. And so I said, well, then why don't they... And so then I said, well, why don't they call it cherry pie then? And she said, oh, shut up. And then I thought the reason she said, oh, shut up was because it was a dumb idea because there already was cherry pie that you could actually see the cherry. So for a while I thought that maybe pumpkin pie was some kind of a concoction that involved cherries.
Hey, you should tune into Velvet. I'm gonna see if she can say your name again.
Yes, that was her. That when I wrote in, as she said,
Hello, Jacob. Hello.
and then And then when I mentioned something about my bowling ball gut, she said,
What's that?
I'm gonna gift you a sub and see if she'll say your name.
okay, all right. Let me bring up the audio for that at least. Let's see what happens here. Oh, it's on the Adobe Creative Cloud advertisement right now.
Oh no!
No.
So let's not gift that just yet.
No. Create what's true to you.
But
Yes, you should subscribe to Adobe Creative Cloud.
all right, we are live.
Okay, there we go.
Jordana at the pharmacy. Oh,
Complete
wow.
purchase.
You can get
There it
vaccine in
is.
pharmacy? Ooh. Yeah, that's nice. 모더나가 더 아프다고 하는데 근데 모더나가 뭐 몇 더 길다고 하던데.
There we go.
There we go.
John, gifts up to Johnny. Thank you. Thank you for the
To
sub.
Johnny. You're not even gonna try the last
oh,
name.
Really?
It's good enough.
Well, that's the thing. Last time she did that, my username was still J Gators,
Oh no.
so she had to say J Gators.
Ah, there we go.
But now it's Johnny.
It's not the
now you're
it's
well.
not the
Now you're on
period
first name
that I
basis.
can-
That's better.
Yeah,
Oh, about the
we've been upgraded. I have been upgraded from
To John.
J-Cutters.
to Johnny. So I think that's an improvement.
You know
You
what?
have to clip that
Gators.
now.
Yeah, I
Now
can't
you gotta
play-
do
I
the
can't
now you
play
gotta do the
Pop
Gators.
Rock.
edit and
Oh,
stick
that's
them
right.
together.
You can do the Gators edit.
And just stick them
Absolutely.
together.
Hello, Johnny.
Gators?
Gators.
Yes.
We'll have to work on that after the show.
Oh, you know what? Before I forget and let you go, do you have some software that is pretty good about removing music in the background? I need to. I'm going to send you the clip from Ray Rachel and see if maybe you can scrub the music.
I've not really played
Is that
around
not-
with that.
Is that not a thing?
Well, I mean, it's
Because I can't.
Here's
play
what
that
comes to
clip
mind,
because
Dune.
There's music in the background.
What-
That's
what-
the problem.
What comes to mind to me, Dune, is that YouTube has that feature that if you get dinged for something, you could tell it to scrub the music, and it scrubs the music. But I cannot think of any tool I've ever played with that does as good of a job as that. I mean, you could. So I might have to do a little investigating there because it can be done. I don't know how, and I don't know if there's a commercial product that does the same thing as
God,
YouTube
I was
service
really
does.
hoping you would go. Yeah, just send it to me. I'll take care of
I
it.
mean, send it to me, and I'll do a little research and see.
But you're trying to tell me that you're a sysadmin now, and I can't send shit to you. I guess is
Oh
what.
no! My name has never been, nor will it ever be, Dick.
Okay,
So
there you go.
yeah, no, send that over. Is pretty much my motto.
Bard.
Yeah,
Bard.
there you go.
I think his name really is Dick.
No. My name is Johnny. Dick isn't even my middle name. It's Francis. But don't tell anyone that. Yeah. The problem with middle names is you never abbreviate those.
No.
So I mean, in reality, it should be Frank, but no, it's
We can just call you Frank from now on.
no. That's my dad and my grandfather and my great grandfather.
Her favorite ice cream is mint chocolate chip. In case you wondered.
That is my favorot too, so I understand.
There you
That is a good one. Not necessarily my favorite, but it is
Not
a
cherry
favorite.
cordial, go away. That thing's horrible. Don't eat that.
I gotta tell you though, I am really struggling with the weight loss this time around. And I have a spreadsheet.
Yep.
I have a spreadsheet to demonstrate this. Because I now, mind you, I stopped tracking my weight sometime in the middle of 2015, and that's kind of when I got away from really continuing to follow the Atkins as a lifestyle and more as a, well, you know, maybe I'll try to eat a salad for lunch, but I'm still going to get the bag of chips for a snack. And so if I share my screen here, I created this spreadsheet in 2014 because in January of 2014, as a New Year's resolution, I weighed in on January 1st of 2014 at 266.6 pounds. And over here, I started tracking my weight every day. And in the second column here, this is how much it changed from the day before. So I actually went up to 267.8 the second day. But that was my max weight of anything I ever tracked. And as you can see, down here, if I scroll down, I have a graph of what my weight looks like for the year 2014. And you could see this line really has this pretty steep decline right up until this point here. And then I went to New Jersey for vacation for a week. And but it stayed around this range. And then if I come over to 2015, once again, I got serious about my weight loss. And you could see down here, I really got nearly to 200. I never got lower than 200 pounds. I got down to like 201 point something at my lowest weight. But the point is that when I started Atkins the first time, the line did this. I mean, look at that decline.
You're in my world now, my friend.
And now
I told you about that.
And now at the beginning of the month, I started Atkins, and again after I got back from Disney, and I weighed in at 255.8 pounds, not 267. So I'm still better off than I was when I started that in 2014. But look at this line from the past few weeks. That is pretty much a straight line hovering right between 256 and 252 pounds.
There's one difference between then and now. I'll tell you one difference between then and now.
I'm older.
Well, no.
Yep.
My question is,
no, you pissed
what
your
were
body
you doing?
off.
What were you doing every day except the weekends in 2015?
Well, this was before I moved to the East Coast and was walking every day. So no, I wasn't.
Yeah. You weren't walking every day. You weren't going to work, and you were on your work time. You go see the ducks or whatever. You'd at least do some walking every day. You know what I mean?
Well, maybe I'd walk around the building from desk to desk during the day, and whereas now I don't walk around my house so much.
You didn't chase Brian around the buildings?
Well, no, Brian chased me out of his office with a water bottle once, but
hey, Brian, I approve.
That was earlier than that.
Did you have a super soaker?
It was in 2015. I was returning from Singapore.
No, yeah, you did that earlier, but I'm talking about in general. Brian was.
That was probably what 2012.
Yeah, that was because I
was trying to get you out of your chair.
Well, the thing is, it is not a security vulnerability to be able to view your cached data when you're logged into your Windows profile with valid credentials. Absolutely not a security issue at all. But you didn't want to hear that. So you chucked your water bottle at me.
Wait, was it full or empty?
No, not the bottle. Well, just the contents.
No, just the contents.
Oh, good. At least it was good. I approve.
It was funny. It was absolutely hilarious.
I was trying not to hit his keyboard.
I wasn't near my computer. I was in the doorway of your office.
No. Well, now there was a time I came up to your cubicle and hit you with water.
I don't remember that. What was that over?
That's the one I remember.
What was that for?
Because you were being a dick.
Well, that's every day. But what was it this day in particular?
The truth comes out. Yes.
We're both East Coasters, so you were being a dick back to me. Is what?
Of course.
No. But it was the time you came in and you were talking about how Outlook opens up and shows you the cached contents of your inbox before it has a chance to validate your credentials, and that's a security vulnerability. And I said, no, it's showing you cached data that's in your Windows profile, which you are logged in with valid credentials. That is absolutely not a security issue. And you just were like, get out of here. Get out. You started, flinging water at me.
With you.
Yeah. You said, no, it should still check. Well, I really hate when security gets in the way of using technology to do what you need to do. The bad guys have won. They absolutely have won.
That's right.
I mean,
But
Look-
it is just on your computer, so if you're seeing that, you're probably, and you left that on your computer, you are probably the bad boy.
It is profile data that you are logged into your profile with valid credentials for. There's no reason Outlook shouldn't show you those cached data.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, we've bored Dune to silence.
Yeah.
So Dune, you're also struggling from the straight line blues on your weight loss graph?
Oh, I gave up. I got to start all over again.
Cheesecake.
Wait, how long did you go before giving up?
About 2 weeks.
Well, I'm
It's going to take more. You got to stick with it because this is every time I've done it, it's taken longer and longer and longer. And anytime you give up like I did, then it takes even longer.
Well, the thing about Atkins that really is one of the beautiful things is usually it starts really fast. You get that initial burst.
It does not as you get going. I'm just saying the older you get and the more you do it, the longer it takes. I'm just telling you.
So you're telling me it's normal for a few weeks of no movement and then it will move?
Yes.
How many weeks does it take to start moving?
I think it took me 3 or more the last time, and it may take 4 this time. I don't know. It's upsetting.
Are you doing Atkins or something else?
Atkins.
It's Atkins.
Oh, okay.
You guys can do it. I have faith.
Well, here's the thing. I keep seeing. I was scrolling through Facebook.
It'll happen. It just takes longer.
I was scrolling through Facebook and I clicked on one keto dessert recipe, and now I keep seeing a bunch of different keto dessert recipes in my Facebook feed. But keto.
You know what you should do to fix that?
What's that?
Google the word toilet. Problem solved.
I tried that once, and it brought me to the podcast for this show. But
that's how you know you're getting close when you start rocking out in the toilet. You'll know you're getting close.
Don't die, Brian. Don't do it.
Oh, that was too funny.
But
almost gonna kill me.
But no, where was I? But keto is like the newfangled low carb diet, but it's not the same. Yeah. And I found that more modern versions of Atkins are more permissive with certain types of carbs.
Wasn't keto the guy that was?
He's talking about keto.
Keto.
No, I like keto better because he was.
You mean the guy that testified at the OJ trial?
Yeah,
he was the guy that was the assistant to Inspector Clouseau.
Oh
no! I thought Kato was the guy from the Green Hornet. Wasn't he the assistant?
Oh.
I think he was all the above.
He drove the car too, right? He was cool.
But anyway, so far after 2.5 weeks, my total loss is 2 pounds if I compare from what I weighed in on the first day. But then again, my weight loss on the second day was 2.4 pounds. So it's hard to be impressed with being at about 253 pounds when I was 253 pounds on the second day of tracking this. So yeah, I mean, this line is flat. This is straight. This line is flatter than Kansas.
Do you think the paleo diet is dead now?
What's that?
Oh,
paleo diet.
Oh, none of these things ever die. But you know what? Let's Google that. Is paleo dead? I don't.
I didn't give you the paleo period.
Let's see. 3 reasons paleo is dead, and the ketogenic diet is the ... The future of weight loss fads. No, the ketogenic diet is the newfangled version of Atkins, is what it is. Mm-hmm. But you know, I've been.
Remember our buddy Rob, or should I call him Ronnie, was doing the paleo diet. He's another guy I would love to have on the show.
Yeah, well, we invited him onto the show when he came into town with a bunch of ghost peppers, and he declined to show up. Well, he was always busy doing work when he was in town.
Well, I know, but now he's he's doing karaoke work.
Yeah, but we always talk.
Like on weekends.
But there was that one time he came in and he had his ghost peppers because he would grow ghost peppers and talk about his chili. And so he said, "Oh, well, I'm doing my show after work today. You should come by and eat a ghost pepper on the show." And he seriously considered, driving over to my place, coming on the show live, and eating a ghost pepper. Even though he said it was
what I would do if I had the right people and real interest is have a show on nutrition. And yeah, you could talk about ghost peppers too. That would be fun.
Now,
in fact, I have been growing this year. Some peppers. One plant is Anaheim. Another one is a yellow bell pepper, and the third one is a gypsy pepper. These are all fairly mild peppers.
Now, Mod Pro writes in s'mores cheesecake.
Yes, I approve.
Yes, we hate you, Mod Pro, but really we love you. But and then writes in 16-hour intermittent fasting. Do this. No. But
actually, in fact, my sister-in-law was doing this thing. You get up in the morning, you have breakfast, and you have 8 hours of eating, and then you stop eating.
Right.
So basically, you're not eating for, is that 16 hours a day?
Well, tell you what, if come November I still have a flat line, I will let Mod Pro choose a diet for me.
The s'mores cheesecake diet?
Yes, that is the one. No, actually, I gotta say, like I was saying, a lot of keto desserts show up in my Facebook feed, but keto desserts typically involve meat. No, they involve newfangled artificial sweeteners. I've yet to taste an artificial sweetener that I care for.
I can't.
And they also typically involve large amount of cream cheese. Now I don't think cream cheese is not exactly an Atkins friendly cheese though.
Cream cheese
hard cheeses are.
Seems weird.
I have no problem with cream cheese.
I mean, how many carbs are in cream cheese?
Would you ever try a vegetarian diet?
No.
No, and that's honest. I'm not sure that I would either. But I have a theory. Humans should eat tons of meat before, actually when they're young, and start reducing it by the age of 40. And then have a very minimal amount of meat after that.
Well, what about barbecues?
We don't need the fat, as old farts. We don't need the fat. We don't need all the sugars. We don't need all of that because we're not as active as we were, and our metabolism has gone to the toilet, right? So I'm thinking maybe a vegetarian diet would be the way to go. And I'm just
here's what I'll say. I will say that Kristen has been doing a vegetarian diet with treat days here and there. But that was because her doctor recommended avoiding animal proteins because of something testing something. I'm not going to start getting into medical data, but she and
there's a medical reason.
And switching to a vegetarian diet, she has lost weight. So I know that is a way to lose weight. Of course, you've just cut a major source of protein, so duh.
But there are plant materials that have protein. I just think for the younger people, I think you need the higher proteins from animals. Okay, that's just my theory.
But anyways, cream cheese has got 3.5 grams in a 3-ounce small package. A tablespoon of cream cheese has 0.6 grams a carb. So that's certainly not a friendly food for induction. And mind you, induction's supposed to be 2 weeks, but I mean, when you do induction for 2 weeks and you lose nothing, I don't think it's
I'm sorry,
time to move out of it.
induction?
Atkins has different phases, and induction is the first phase of Atkins where you really go strict.
Oh, so this is essentially before you join the cult.
No, this is when you take your oath to the cult.
See, somebody like that. Thank you,
my
Mars.
Yeah, no, that's not quite.
Now, I have read some stuff on
There you go.
veganism. Okay.
Mhm.
One of the weird thing is that they don't want to do anything that's animal products, right?
Right.
And there's a big debate, and this might be over now, among vegans is whether you should eat, consume, honey from bees.
Uh-huh.
There is, of course, no harm to the bee. You're just kind of stealing his honey that he creates.
Right.
And you're doing this, you're providing the hive for him to thrive in, protecting him from other critters, et cetera, et cetera. You're just the guy that's harvesting the honey. And maybe the wax, although who uses beeswax anymore?
Well, it's more of there are people that suggest that the ways that we use animals for our benefit is exploitation, and they don't want to
Sure.
support
But then again,
yeah.
Bees and honey is on that. Gee whiz, should we list? And I kind of understand it, but without the bees, how are you going to pollinate the plants? Are you going to take over that job? Right?
Well, I mean, you don't.
There you go with a Q-tip going from flower to flower.
Well, no one's making bees pollinate. Although I guess farms do bring in bees to, but they voluntarily go out and do that. You just put them in a place and they'll do it.
But you have to raise the bees. So you have bees.
That would be a good topic for a show that cares about those things.
Right. But we're not now. So there is this one guy, and I heard this on an interview, where he tried the full-on vegan diet, and it just wasn't work for him. He's got to eat some meat. So what does he do? He writes a book on. He called it VB6. So vegan before 6 p.m.
So this is the Donald Vegan diet, is what this is.
That's not his name.
Wow, I was thinking about Visual Basic.
That's
6.
funny. Visual Basic.
Somewhere else.
Yeah.
I think this
Visual
is the
Basic.
vegan is the word you're looking for.
Visual Basic diet.
Yeah.
The crappiest version of Basic out there, right? I'd rather use Turbo Pascal.
Anyways, Mod Pro is suggesting that I could do the cabbage diet for a week and lose 10 pounds. But
Kill a cat. Don't do that.
It will make you shit a lot. And I think shit a lot was intentionally put as one word without any spaces.
Yes, I'm sure it was.
Poor cat.
Because that'll be my new
Then again,
name,
back
Sir
to the
Shit a
whole
Lot.
thing of Googling for the word toilet. Oops.
All right,
Somehow
let's.
I got an Uber ad. I just have some YouTube videos.
Bye,
do we-
Dune.
Bye, Dune.
Bye, Dune. Enjoy Velvet. what's the
I
name?
I don't know if I accidentally hit the hang up button or if the window came up as I was clicking because he hung up. So if I hung up, I'm sorry, and if you hung up, goodbye. And if you or anyone out there listening does have more to say or anything to say, you can call in or Skype in.
We're only in overtime, right?
We are in overtime.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yes. So, anyways, thank you, Dune. Thank you, Mod Pro. And, wow. And Mod Pro Spacebar was stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we'll
Is that either Woodstock or is it Worcester, Massachusetts?
no, that's Worcester.
Yeah, Worcester.
Worcester. Worcester. No one actually says it. Worcester is one thing I found out. That's
Wow, did you get beaten up once for saying
Yeah.
that, dude?
Well, but the college there is called Worcester
No.
Polytech.
Here's the thing. I have yet to figure out how to properly say the name of that town without people giggling. So I've just Worcester, Worcester,
You know what would
Worcester.
be funny is call us the way it's spelled. Worcester, right?
I think it's technically.
Or Worcester.
I think the GPS, if it gives you directions there, will say Worcester, and I do agree that the traffic there is Worcester.
Is Worcester?
Yes, it is. It is some. The traffic is Worcester than in other places around there, especially if you take a wrong turn and end up in Kelly Square. That is not where you want to be because it's this place where they kind of basically have a bunch of roads that converge into a free-for-all, and someone hung up a bunch of stop signs for pretty decorations, and that is Kelly Square. So, anyways, though. We should move on to find someone to raid because we have once again reached the end of another.
Because we have learned
Fun.
so much in this episode.
We've been very educational this week,
Hardly even.
Insert title here.
and I think we've learned many things here. But Dune's not on the line. Shit. Brian, what have you learned this week?
Oh, I talked about it all along, and I can't remember. Rufus. There was Rufus.
You learned about Rufus. There you go.
Yeah.
Now next week you come here and say, "Wow, I installed Windows 10 on that motherboard using the USB key that I imaged with Rufus." And
I'll
then
have
we'll,
to find that power supply first.
yeah. Mars,
I
what
got
have you?
the motherboard. I got the Windows 7. I got a video card. I got the memory chips. I have a hard drive. I just don't have a power supply for it or a case.
Mars, what have you learned?
I learned that George Carlin played Rufus on Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Actually, I already knew that.
Whoa. You'll have to turn the volume down. Say that again?
Oh. I learned that George Carlin played Rufus on Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, but I already knew that, so.
Yes.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, the character of Rufus.
Oh, yeah.
played-
Yeah. Oh,
George
okay. I thought
Carlin.
you were saying.
Yeah.
He
And
played
the
it
program was
on
probably not
Rufus.
in memory of George Carlin, yet it
And-
should be.
And I learned I should probably put together a little spreadsheet of fake names before I start a show, so that I can make sure I keep straight whether Steve's name is Shane or Shamus.
Seamus.
Seamus.
It's Seamus.
Well, I could call him shithead.
We could no. Steve's a good guy.
no,
So is
right.
Seamus, and so is Sean, and so is Shane,
Jane.
and Jane. I like Jane. We get along great. You know. She.
Well, you
just
can
not
talk
allowed
to
to
her.
call
You just
her
can't talk to
anymore.
the other one.
Yeah. No. It's Jerry that is.
Yeah.
And Jerry's a nice guy. I like
wait,
Jerry.
Wait, was Jerry the one having kids?
Yeah.
Never
Now
mind.
here's.
Wait a minute. You
Never
can't talk to him
mind.
anymore?
Never mind.
No, I can. Now here's the thing. I think what it is Jerry doesn't like it when you reach out to him for favors in email because then that leaves documentation that he was asked about something. He'd really much rather that I called him on the phone so that way it would not be traceable that we actually had that conversation. But
So first thing you do is you give him a call. You say, "Okay, I was going to send you an email, but
yeah.
no, you don't like that."
That's what he claims. However, I think in practice, he would start complaining that I call him all the time. So I'm not taking the bait on that one. Anyways, we got to go find someone to raid is what we need to do.
So what you could do is you have a device to record the phone call that beeps every 30 seconds to say, "This is a recording. This call is being recorded."
Yeah, we could do that. We could totally do that. So
Yeah, remember at
anyways,
Zarco, they were trying to get people not to text their customers. They wanted the communication trail through email.
I was not in on any of those conversations. So
I think that was fairly early on.
okay. Yeah, I don't recall that. But wouldn't that all be documented on the phone bills? I don't know. Couldn't we have had they were on company phones, so couldn't we have gotten transcripts of that shit?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that anybody knew how to do that.
No one thought of that, did they? All right, we're gonna.
Yeah, I don't know. Can you get a list of actual text that you send?
Probably for a price, you know. I think they would do that.
Know, the company is cheap. They like to go for free.
Anyways, I'm following a channel now that we've probably covered recently. That's a music channel for Amanda Easton, and she has pink hair, and either she has some kind of a green screen thing going on, or she's actually on a space station with a window view that has a great view of Earth.
Is she related to Sheena?
Probably, I'm sure.
Shatner.
So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go raid Amanda Easton is what we're going to do. Okay. So let me just get on over to my channel so I can type in the command there. So thank you, everyone.
All right.
And be sure to check out Amanda Easton. There we go. We're ready. All right, 2 viewers are getting ready to raid. Okay, and Brian is showing us how to clean our ears. So thank you for that. All right, good night.
All right.
And we have raided.
Huh?
But if you see that message, it actually is from me.
Oh.
Hello, raiders incoming from Mandarin, and thanks for having us. If you copy all
See ya.
that just with your cursor, you copy.
Is she British? Or she?
That sounds like it.
You can paste it when we get there. Oh, we've got raiders coming in. Oh, we better do one more song before we leave then. Hey,
Oh, I
Johnny,
picked the
how great to
timing
see
bad.
you.
We should
Thank
do
you
a
so
song
much
for you, though,
joining
Gators. It's okay.
us. I'm Mandy, and I'm in Sydney, Australia here.
Oh, she's Aussie.
And I was actually about to say goodbye, but I definitely would love to do a song for you before I go. It's really good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. How was your stream? Blues Brian, how are you going? I hope you had a great stream. Can we do a streamer shout out, please, for Johnny Gators?
Wow, see, she even said it right.
Yeah.
And
that.
can you,
All right, I'll catch you later, Mars.
I'll talk to you later, Gators.
Good night.
Oh, good. I'm glad you had a good one. Where are you from?